We're live, everybody. Hey, I just got a notification on my phone that Strongman Personal Finance is live.
Dude, my shit never. Did you do anything special for that? Because mine never gives announcements.
Dude, I don't know. I almost never get notifications, but the only notifications I get are from my own videos. It's weird. Like nobody else's but mine.
Yeah, dude. I have no idea how. Oh,
Fabio! Boop, 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 boop. Man, it's like the good old days. Then we got a coming in a little bit.
Did you let anybody else know?
Yeah, I told Echoes and Butthole.
Cole, my butthole.
Cole,
yeah, dude, I'm not gonna
butthole.
I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna drink till later because I'm gonna do mine at 10:30.
You're going live after this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're a madman.
Yeah. Why?
Because I can only stream for like 2 hours maximum, then I'm dying.
Well, I mean, I'm probably gonna conk out of here after an hour because I figured that's how much time we normally do.
No, we're doing 2.
We're doing 5 hours. We're doing it all nighter.
We're doing all night.
Well, I have to take a break and then get some food and then I'll start drinking.
I'm making steak tonight, so there's that.
You guys haven't eaten yet?
Well, I had brunch.
Yeah, I had breakfast and lunch. I just haven't eaten dinner. You
guys eat like women, man.
Bro, I don't get off work till 12:30.
I always skip breakfast, typically.
Yeah, I always skip breakfast too, and then I didn't eat till like 2:00 because I don't know if I told you guys this, but I spent my whole morning installing fake grass in my backyard. So I rolled out of bed at like 8:39, and then for the next 5 hours, I did like hardcore manual labor, putting grass into my backyard. I'm exhausted,
bro. You don't actually realize how draining like working in the heat is until like, a couple days around here. I was like, I'm feeling froggy, so I'm out in the sun sweating for like 3 hours, and then later in the day, I'm like, I don't understand why I'm so tired.
Dude, I'm a bussy now. So there was like these pulverized rock that the guy had in the back of his truck, and I had to like shovel it into a wheelbarrow and then push it behind my house and then dump it and then go back. I was dead, man. I was like,
This is when you tell your son it's time.
Yeah, I was looking at him. He was just like playing inside, having a good time. I'm like, oh my god, I wish you were older, man.
Yeah. Well, how old is your son now?
He's turning 2 next month.
Oh, he's perfect age for manual labor.
Some heavy machinery.
Yeah.
Wait, look at the cheek clappers comment. That's
I'm drinking now.
I got cheeks to obliterate tonight. Some lucky lady will get 4 minutes of heaven. Oh my god. See, well, drinking is risky, man. That's when you have liquor D. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, Jay never gets that, right?
No, I do.
I gotta go out tomorrow and buy whiskey because I'm all out of whiskey.
What are you gonna get?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna probably go see what I'm gonna go to Costco probably and get something because I only have if we drink live, I only have beer. It's like a craft beer from around here, but you
should get Scheiderbach, man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm really light on alcohol. I really don't have much. This is coffee right now.
You're drinking coffee? What is wrong with you people?
I'm a Zoomer. I'm sorry.
Bro.
We're fucked up in so many ways.
Oh my god.
Bro, you're drinking Bud Light, dude. You're drinking tranny fluid.
Dude, can we talk about that? Okay, because I didn't know. Okay, I was about to say I saw blues.
Not drinking tranny fluid. All right.
Okay, so I didn't see what happened until my brother sent me one of these memes, and it was like a guy at a store, and then he's just like looking at the beer aisle, and then he looks in at another guy and he says, I've been drinking this my whole life. It's never affected me, blah, blah, blah. He grabs the Bud Light, walks away, and he bends over, and you see panties. And I didn't have the context when he sent me that. So I was like, oh, okay.
Well, dude, the amazing thing about Bud Light is it's not going away. You're just going to have to apologize. That's all you need to do. All you need to do is come out and go, hey, look, we want to appeal to everybody. We got a little bit overzealous, blah, blah, blah. We apologize if anybody felt insulted. Let's move on. If they would do that, I guarantee you most of the boycott would be over. But
so you're saying buy the stock?
I don't think so. Yeah, I was looking at Anybev the other day. It was still looking. I still wouldn't get it.
See, but like stuff like that, like if it actually makes a stock sell off more than it should, that was what I would call a buying opportunity in general. I'm not saying for Bud, but like if you think like that, of course nobody's going to boycott Bud Light forever. Of course not. It's all going to die down in a couple months, and everybody's going to go back to Bud Light like it never happened.
Yeah, and I mean the people I feel bad for are the contractors, man. They didn't do anything. They didn't. Well, and this is what I've said on my channel the whole time. For the person involved in it, the person on the can, I don't feel bad calling them out one bit because they're not actually trans. They're actually a performer. And I don't know why the people at Bud Light didn't see that. But it's just, you have some person with 67 letters in front of their name that went to all the most expensive liberal arts college. And they're like, we need to get away from the fratty behavior. And it's like, dude, your entire brand is based on fratty behavior. Going to NASCAR and getting hammered is fratty behavior. You know what I mean? It's like
it's a college beer, man. It's like a party beer.
Like,
I
dude,
drank that piss water 10 years ago.
Dude, I got Miller Lite back there, right? I mean, it is what it is. If you're going to drink good beer or good whiskey, you want to do it in the first 2 drinks. After that, your taste buds are shot anyways. So if you're getting hammered, you might as well drink some piss water like Bud Light. Oh, I was going to say, Fabio, when you go to the store tomorrow, try Lagavulin 16. It's Scotch.
Text me the name. I'll forget it.
Don't give Jay your phone number.
He already has my phone number.
He'll text you. Is he texting you every day like he texts me?
Yeah, he texts me incessantly.
Sending dick pics.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Oh, wait, that's Kids Freshie and all his other alt accounts.
Bro, and the funny thing is, they aren't even my dicks. I'm just like randomly going into stalls, or if I see a guy pissing next to me, I'm like, yo, bro, you have a nice dick. Let me send that to my buddy.
I was wondering why they look a little different every time.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that looks like a Mexican guy's cock.
Would you say he has a type, though?
No, I think he's very open-minded.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. He fit in Bud Light.
He's a liberal at heart.
Well, I did get beat up because the dude had a micro penis, and I was like, hey, bro, you got a micro penis. Let me send that picture out.
That would be fascinating to see. That's why I never look down. So this is interesting. I could be massively drunk, and I still don't drink Bud Light right now. I don't know, LOL. I 100% agree with that. Bud Light, dude, I hate piss beer. It is such a waste of money. They charge way too much money.
I've been boycotting Bud Light my entire life. I've never
going to happen.
No, I didn't know this was going to happen. I just tasted it when I was a teenager, and I was like, Bud Light is hot garbage. And then really what I drank in my teen years was this beer called Genesee Light, because that's like a Rochester staple.
Yeah.
It's just piss water beer, but, just a smaller brewery. It's great.
You seem like a PBR guy.
Oh, I've been known to throw to pack some PBRs on occasion.
I'm more of a stout guy, but I like some blonde stouts too. So like Boddingtons. Boddingtons are really good. But Boddingtons, you have to get a Total Wine because they're from the UK.
Ooh,
yeah, and they don't always have them, but they're really good.
That's Lagavulin. I don't know if you can read it, but
I can't see it.
Yeah, we can't see it, but we can see the bottle.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that shit's great. That's my favorite whiskey. I mean, obviously, I know it's a Scotch, but I mean, Scotch whiskey, it's the same freaking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably some Scotch connoisseur out there that I just said that wants to beat me to death with a tire iron for saying that.
He's literally gonna find your address and murder you.
You can't be on the internet saying that kind of shit.
You know, it's very easy to find somebody's address. It's super easy.
Bro, this dude I was at USF with, he went on to become a financial advisor.
Financial advisor.
He sent some shit to me from his firm, and I'm like, bro, I went to school with you. Like, I wouldn't take your fucking advice on the stock market if you were like, maybe I would take your advice if it was you and Jeremy Lefebvre, but he really wasn't that knowledgeable. Yeah, here, let me pay you 1% for what I can accomplish with a Boglehead style investing.
I still say it's the whole financial industry is just a massive scam, in my opinion. But like the financial advisors are the worst of the worst because they are literally irrelevant. You do not need them. If you need anything, go to a CPA because most of retirement stuff, like IRAs, is from accountants. You can learn that.
Bro, I didn't even know they were doing something until you explained it. I noticed it, but I thought it was weird. Like all of these funds, I would just look at them and go, all their top 10 holdings are the same thing as VOO or VTI or VT. And they're all just in different weightings moved around. This was stupid. And then you did the video on it and I go, oh, that's what that is.
Or you talking about with what's his nuts? You talking about the video where I talked about Carlson? Yeah, the closet indexing.
Yeah,
closet index. I love that name, closet
index.
Yeah, I didn't know that term existed until you made that video.
Or I always forget the term. Is it closet or is it something else?
No, I think it's closet indexing.
Yeah, closet indexing. Yeah, that's basically what it's all scammed. And they closet index and they just charge you more money.
Well, dude, my parents in the index fund, my stepdad thinks is the greatest thing since sliced bread. That is something I noticed about it. I'm like looking at it and I go, all you did is jigger around the top 10 holdings and charge somebody 1% over the course of their life.
Instead of Apple being 7% of VOO, it's 6.5 of my mutual fund.
Well, I'm going to go over an article tonight where I'm going to start off with it and why I think, anything other than why I'm becoming more and more convinced that anything other than index core investing, Boglehead investing, is just not viable because there's an article from Market Watch that goes, the vast majority of stocks, and this could be because people make bad choices, but it is what it is. The vast majority of stocks will lose you money. And it's something like 54% will end up losing money for you.
Fabio's starting to seethe right now.
No.
When I say that, it's not that I'm saying that somebody without the requisite education can't beat the market. What I'm saying that is because, again, we go back to you, or not you, but if you're working 40 hours a week, even if you know what you're doing, you just do not have enough time.
Yeah, especially now at what I'm currently doing, a lot of it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
So it makes it really convenient that during working hours, I'm doing market research.
Yeah.
It's called insider trading.
Bro, do you think you
entirely?
Bro, but here's the question. Here's what I'm saying. If you were, say, you'd went a little bit different route and say you became a CPA, do you think you would have the time? You wouldn't during tax season. I don't think you would.
I took a hiatus from finance to go into accounting to kind of hone out those skills. And those are really good skills. I went to one of the big four and got my ass beat a little bit in terms of just the busy season work. And not in taxes, but more so in the auditing side. And that was interesting. I only have one exam left, so and it's BEC, so that's all I have left.
Oh, look at you, Fabio.
And then right after, my current employer is going to sponsor the CFA as well. So
I'm jealous about that. That's pretty cool. If you could have both of those designations.
Yeah, CPA, CFA.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome that you're doing that. My pension vests in August. I got to make a decision because Chris keeps telling me to go back to school for accounting.
I'm a shill.
Yeah, I mean, accounting as a career is still going to be in a lot of demand. There's a shortage of it. It's like
music to my ears. I keep, oh, the accountant, there's a shortage. The job I just took, they were saying they took forever to hire somebody in that role, and I'm like, what? It's a standard corporate job. It pays pretty well. It's got good benefits. Why do you have trouble hiring people? And they're like, yeah, it's because we just have there's a shortage. It's true.
Yeah. It was in 2021, 70% of all CPAs became eligible for retirement. So past the age of 65. Yeah. And and there's not nearly enough graduates coming out of college with accounting prerequisites to qualify for the CPA. So there's just not any people becoming that. And right now, they just extended. I don't know, Chris, if you heard this, they're extending it to 30 months.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's one of the few times I actually said something on LinkedIn.
That's
I was like, I was like, what the hell is this?
That's them going, oh shit, we don't. There's not enough people getting the accreditation, the CPA. So they're extending it from 18 months to 30 months. Because way back when, it used to be that you had to take all 4 exams and pass them at the same time. And then they said, oh, you can split it up, and it's an 18-month window. And now they're saying it's 4 exams split up, 30-month window.
CPAs ain't what they used to be, man.
Yeah, it's
no, but, yeah, that's awesome. So how long have you been doing that now?
The exams? No, the exams have been working for what?
The CPA thing.
Yeah. The exams, the CPA exams, I've been working on them since last July. Okay. So I'm coming on a year now. And the last one I have is the easiest one. So
I was in the government when I took mine, so I had way more time to study.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely awful. It was death. Working, YouTube, and studying CPA, awful.
Yeah, I was like, I remember you doing that. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Dude, could just stop something. I was like, stop YouTube for a couple months.
No, and I wouldn't.
I was like, you're insane.
Yeah, I was.
Bro, you must have been killing yourself.
Oh no, it was like I was deprived of sleep sometimes. It was worth it in the end, because especially like now, since 2 of those calmed down, the interesting thing about PE is in PE the work hours can be a lot more. There's no fixed hour. There's a project to be done. You complete the project, however long it really takes. You either do a good job or you do a bad job. You put the effort in, and it's all about results. There's not like in the Big Four for whatever. It's pretty much like they'll bury you if they could with work. And you got used to you can get used to pretty quickly. Kind of like, well, I'll just say it as it is. Kind of boring work for if in a bad team, 70 hours, in a good team, 60 during busy season.
I hate audit. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah. The good thing about audit is it does prepare anyone out there who's considering it. It does prepare you a lot, or a decent amount, for just like looking at the controls of a business and different businesses. The more exposure you get, I focused on asset management. So pretty much just private equity, hedge funds, etc., and got to see one key aspect of it, which was basically the accounting of a lot of these entities, and then going to work for one, but now in front of office instead of back office.
Yeah, actually, I totally agree with that. Like, if your goal is to be like a corporate accountant, you should probably do Big Four and do audit, because then you learn, like Fabio said, all the controls and how these businesses run, because you're auditing them. And then when you jump over to corporate, like, you know exactly what to do. And that would have benefited me, because the role I'm in now, it's like a normal corporate accounting job. I'm not like a master at controls.
Yeah.
I know how to do taxes, basically. So I have to kind of like figure it out as I'm going.
I see Chief of Facts says finance is a lot more lucrative than accounting. I'd say at the upper echelons of finance, that's true, but not so much in the middle.
Yeah, if you're middling, it's definitely not.
Like,
because I know dudes who were working for, Raymond James, they were making 60, 70K. An accountant easily makes that.
And I think accountants, like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like accountants have more opportunity to be self-employed. Like, if you want to start your own tax practice, And you
Yeah.
can make big money doing that, or being a bookkeeper. Finance guys can't really do that. They have to work for corporations.
Yeah, like for example, in finance roles, when you work for a shop, a fund, private equity or hedge funds, the majority, and that's where the money's at, in investment banking as well. But all the money really comes from your bonus. So, like for example, towards the end of the year, you can see like, well, what was your performance, and your performance also relative to the fund's performance. So if the fund did really well, you stand to gain a lot. Accounting is more, I think the upper echelons of accounting can still make really good money, really, really, really good money. Like you make partner at Big Four. In some cases, I think on the low cases, you're making in the like 400, 500,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the upper cases, I mean, you can be making several seven figures a year. I know of one instance of someone who's making about 3 to 4 million a year. And I think there's people that make more than that, depending on where you are, what business line you're in.
Now, how do some of the partners only make 400,000 and some make 4 million?
Because bonus is spread about, or compensation for partners is spread out amongst the amount of their size of their book.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have more clients in your book, you're more a valuable partner. You're bringing more business to the firm overall.
So like Lord of the Rings would be like a really big bonus.
I don't even understand. I don't know. I don't even know
how that got injected.
What are you saying, boy?
Because he said the size of the book determines the bonus. Lord of the Rings is like really long.
Mohammed Anderson, you are right if you're going to stay in accounting. So his comment on that, you are absolutely right if you're going to stay in accounting.
6 years?
Yeah, but if you're going to stay in accounting and you're going to specialize in that specific industry, but that's not like a set rule. But if you're trying to pivot, if you're not trying to stay in accounting, I kind of would recommend against that, only because then you get pigeonholed into accounting. Because a lot that's already, you're going to make a manager, and so you're going to be really specialized in whatever it is that you're working in. Like you're going to become an expert, hopefully, because I don't know, there's some managers out there that aren't, but hopefully you're going to be an expert in what it is that you've been working on auditing. So
I don't even think you need to do, like, I did a year and change, because I think times are changing now. I did a year and a couple months in public accounting tax, and then I jumped over to the private accounting, and now I'm a senior accountant, and our controller just put in their 2-week or month-long notice. Like, there's plenty of opportunities. I don't think you have to stay at Big Four for 6 years to jump over to the private, regular accounting and do well there, especially with the shortage and how everybody's leaving accounting and people are retiring. I think as long as you get your CPA license, you have at least a year, 2 year, maybe make senior accountant as a, in public, then jump over. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because 6 years is a long time, dude. That stuff sucks. And I had it easy, man. Fabio had it worse. 6 years of that's stressful.
Yeah. Well, for me, I had my given plan. I didn't expect to exit so rapidly, but the opportunity was too good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think now with the shortage, as long as you have your license, or even if Fabio doesn't have his yet, there's a lot of opportunity out there.
It's going that way with all skilled employment. I mean, accounting's a skill, obviously. But I mean, when you go into like what would be considered the skilled trades, it's the same thing. The baby boomers are all retiring, so people can basically demand their own price. So I don't know if that's going to stay in the future for accountants, but looks like it kind of is, where you're basically going to be able to make a lot of demands.
I mean, I've jumped jobs a couple times, and like I'm a job hopper, and I've had no issues because I think it's just so bad in accounting.
You're not going to have issues in accounting.
Well, I think,
and the other thing about finance, for the other person's comment, because again, it's only like if you're working for a fund, PE, hedge fund, or even investment banking, that's where it is. But the jobs are scarce and harder to get in. I think investment banking is the easiest to get in, because investment banking is usually used as a way to get experience, and then you exit into hedge fund and private equity. But they beat the absolute living F out of you in investment banking. But there's a way to break into PE without going the investment banking route, which is not the traditional way, but it's doable. And that those PE jobs and hedge fund jobs, they're a little bit scarcer. At least there are shops that you can probably find that will pay you nothing, and then you or with the hopes that you eventually get something. But if you want, like, again, we get back to in the higher end of finance, front of office, right? You're going to be making a lot. But that's not everyone, and that skews the averages. I think if I were to say that there's a more sure way for accountants to get high comp in the future than there are for finance people who are going to be doing more back end office finance rather than front end of office finance. Because I think a lot of people think of front end or front office finance when they think finance, and that's just not the reality.
I love the back end.
Who
Yeah,
does?
I get it. Yeah.
I get it, Cole.
Now, strongman, everybody wants to know what the viewers have been. I've seen at least 20 comments about this one. Strongman, what inspired you to buy a hat at a gas station and then wear it on your YouTube
Oh,
channel?
this is what we were talking about. This is why when Buc-ee's goes public, I'm buying every share I can. I don't even care.
You're going all in
irrespective of
because of
price.
me.
No, not because of you. It's
Because
because
I've been saying to like 20, I've said to like 5 different people this year, I was like, that is the only store where I've seen people proudly buy merch and just wear it like about their day.
Dude,
So I want to know why did you choose that hat?
Well, I got a Buc-ee's hat. I got Buc-ee's. I'm really big into what the hell do you call them? Pants for bed, pajama pants.
Now this is for the people that don't know. This is just a gas station where you fill up your car.
Dude, it's like a circus. It's amazing. It's a huge. It's not just a gas station. It's like you can get food there. You can get.
I've never been to one,
dude.
So is it like
you got to experience it? Go to.
Is it like Wawa in Florida?
Let me just tell you,
it's
Jay,
like I think it's got like merchandise. It's got food. I think it's like a grocery store basically. It's got like 100 pumps.
In Orlando. You can go. You can drive to Orlando and experience it yourself. And by the way, if Jeremy was a gas station manager at Buc-ee's, he'd be making about $240,000 a year.
Yeah,
with like 7 weeks PTO and like a 10% match or some shit.
Well, dude,
we were trashing the whole time, and he was actually a Buc-ee's man.
Yeah, he was a partner at Buc-ee's.
Bro, he's about to be back there if revenue keeps drying up at the rate it's drying up. Because I know that dude was reckless with his money.
We got to talk about Tattooed Chef, okay?
Okay, yeah, we do have to talk about
Tattooed
Chef. And there is another thing I'm going to get you to talk about, guys, all of you, to stir up some feathers.
Uh-oh.
Guys, there's literally no reason not to put all your money into call
Oh,
options.
there's a person who really is excited for you to do certain things.
Me?
What, have
Cole.
sex?
Or Cole?
Yeah.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, they are really excited about you. They're just like, give me that, Cole.
You know, in Britain they call eggplants.
Right. No, let's go Tattooed Chef. I don't understand you.
Okay. How soon is Tattooed Chef going bankrupt? Give me your guesses.
Wait, what did you say?
How soon will Tattooed Chef declare bankruptcy?
15 months.
No, 6 months.
I go with 6.
Yeah, within 6 months.
No, so Ryan Cohen will give them a big loan.
Ryan Cohen.
Well, Salvatore Galletti, man, he keeps lending that company money. He wants it to succeed.
He's got to let it fail.
I mean, 6 months to a year max.
Well, I trust Fabio.
So why did Tattooed
Chef a professional YouTube channel? So
look,
I didn't come for professionalism.
After
on my channel, you can do whatever you want.
After years of this company failing, why did it suddenly fall for the last time?
Interest rates are rising.
Yeah. There was a I forget which video that it was back when Austin was still on CM, and we were investigating something on Tattooed Chef that they were going to go through an accounting change. And it had something to do with how they recognized some of the costs. And I looking back, that might have been the reason why the gross profit went negative, because something with the shipments in Italy because they source their products from Italy. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but
I mean,
it's not a
regardless,
company
you
I pay
shouldn't have a
attention to.
negative gross profit.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
But well, dude, there's
Doesn't
also
matter.
there's also other factors going into Tattooed Chef too that are working against it, and the fact that it's just what exactly you said. They use ingredients from Italy. Fuel prices went up. So their ingredients became more expensive too because of fuel. It's an all-around thing. You know, fuel prices rise, food prices rise.
I mean, they should have adapted though. Like I was shocked. It's like if you're getting your stuff from Italy and you're not making and you have a negative gross profit, you need to do something.
Bro, they don't know what they're doing. They couldn't even get their financial statements out on time.
Well, now they're on the death spiral because they're behind and they have to fix their old ones and they can't get the new ones out in time. So like they're always going to be behind.
I always just assumed it was like illegal to not have them out on time. I thought they don't get like a fine or anything.
No, they just get threatened with being delisted.
Well, you don't have to wait much longer.
Well, dude, Jeremy, in this, it's actually quite amazing. So he's talking about Oatly still, and I'm like, how do you not get? Nobody is buying this vegan crap, dude.
Well, okay, no, okay.
Oatly's better than Tattooed Chef.
Oh, I agree, but I'm just saying, how much upside is there in the vegan soy boy market?
I want to admit one thing. I want to come clean on this. And Cole, you have to come clean too because I made you start buying it too.
Yeah. So I started.
Oatly?
Yeah, I've been buying
Oatly.
this. Yeah, it's, instead of dairy, it's cum. Me and Fabi have been drinking.
Why? Why do you have to take it there?
You can only get it. It's not at Walmart. It's only at Whole Foods.
No. Okay.
Well, actually, it wasn't really. It's the back of the Whole Foods in the bathroom. There's a little circle.
Cole, stop. I'm done with this.
What are you talking about?
No. So I just want to come clean that. So one of the things I've done in my diet is basically consisting of meat, fruits, vegetables, and then I've eliminated dairy. So but I like dairy, right? I like milk.
Fabio
I
and I have
replaced
been
it
drinking
with pea protein milk, and so it's not soy milk. It's not yeah.
Not the vegetable. From a man. Yeah, pea.
Jesus Christ. Cole. Right. Anyways.
But no. Fabio got me to buy plant-based milk, and it's pretty good.
It's good. It's good. So one of because the thing with just regular milk, it bloats me a bit, so I just cut it out completely. Okay. But it's not soy milk. It's not soy milk, and it's not Oatly. It's a brand called Ripple.
It's got good macros.
Yeah, I mean, we use alternatives here. Like we have what's it called? Almond milk. And the reason I like almond milk is because it lasts forever.
Yeah, so does all the milk alternatives last forever.
Except for milk.
Yeah.
It should probably clue you guys in on how good it is. It lasts forever.
Yeah. Well, it's probably not good then.
No, I mean,
we're going to find out in 10 years that we all got.
I will say, I think once you open it, it lasts about as long as the milk. I think it's got like 2 weeks after you open it. But if you don't open it, it goes like months.
Lasts, man. Like even the expiration dates, like normal milk is like maybe a couple weeks out. This stuff's like 3-4 months out every time I buy it. But like for my kids though, we actually give them like the real 1% milk. Instead of
I think I confused the cash register lady. Because when I always buy it, I'm always buying like a ton of meat. So it's like this vegan milk. And then just like followed up by like pounds of chicken and steak.
Dude, steak's so expensive now, though.
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, I had to start buying the shitty kinds of steak.
Dude, I basically cut beef out of my diet. Like all I have is pork and chicken.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of pork and chicken too.
Pork especially is the cheapest one I've found.
Oh well, yeah, pork's really cheap. I've been experimenting with a lot of different recipes or styles of cooking. I bought this electric grill that's also a smoker.
Is it a teppanyaki?
Ooh.
So I've been trying to actually get into smoking.
I'm trying to get into smoking. Fantastic. Dude, I was coming to get on the stream. I was walking up my door. You guys keep your car key on your door key like on the same keychain, right? Pretty normal.
Yeah, I have a separate keychain for every key.
That's Jesus. I want to see that on your cargo shorts.
It's like
point is, I came up to my front door, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you're supposed to put the key in the door and then turn it. I grabbed my car key and hit unlock, and my front door did not open.
Are you okay?
All right. But anyways, back to Tattooed Chef. Probably going bankrupt within 6 months, I'd say. Absolutely hilarious that Jeremy is now going into Oatly or talking more about Oatly and still thinking Oatly is going to
give him some to give Jeremy credit. Isn't his largest holding like Meta that he bought at like 120 or something?
No.
He bought it way higher than that,
He
man.
bought higher than that?
No. Yeah.
Dude, it's actually amazing that I've heard him in episodes talk about the importance of cash flow, but then just buy companies that have no cash flow.
Well, that's
he's
like,
changing
this
his
is
tune
amazing.
now. Like, dude, I swear he's copying how I do it. Like when I go through the financials, he's trying to copy me now. I've saw it in like recent videos where he's looking at like
he started
doing
doing that a while ago. He started copying you a while ago, like 6 months ago, or it was actually at the end of last year. I started noticing him bringing up financial statements, and I'm like, this dude has never brought up financial statements before. Again, we got to him making fun of him using the Big Cigar song.
That's actually a good song. I played that on the treadmill.
It is, dude. But we got to him with that. I mean, he watches every smaller YouTuber that hates on him, and he sits there and he hate watches all day. But yet he worked with accountants and he still cannot, like, you didn't have him tutor you at all?
Yeah, he had that German chick. Remember
Beatrice.
her? Yeah.
He had Diamond Hands Investing teach him accounting.
Oh God.
I forgot that she
isn't Diamond Hands
existed.
crushing
She
it
stopped.
right now?
She stopped uploading. It looks like she hasn't uploaded in a month or so.
Well, dude, she's been,
Yeah.
you know why? She's been selling her socks.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she has to take like 5 baths a day to keep up with the demand. Yeah.
She just wears her socks around all day and sells them to creepy guys on the internet. I actually suggested she start doing that because she can make a lot of money.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, I want to.
I do think Tattooed Chef's dropping so much. I think that's a sign that the DeSantis is going to win in 2024.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I love it when he drives you nuts, dude.
And Florida doesn't want to share him. Just saying. Anyways, I wanted to get your guys' hot take on a very popular index that Strongman has some interesting opinions about.
Oh,
Yeah, I did put my life savings into PayPal.
Good for
Well,
you.
you're gonna go to the truck stop, Cole. And that's SCHD.
Uh-oh.
Shada.
I just want to ruffle some feathers here.
What do we? Okay,
Well, I'm gonna make a dedicated video. I got to get through all my grift videos first. But once those are out of the way, I'm gonna absolutely roast Shada, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but I actually had a debate with a young man. What's his name? Kingdom of Finance. Right?
He was in here earlier.
Yeah, he's probably still watching. He's probably seething right
Probably
now.
ran away like a little baby.
Yeah, he's cowering in the corner. But he's a huge Shada shill. Shada is basically this Dow Jones 100 index ETF that focuses on like profitable dividend paying stocks with certain criteria. That index did very well over the last 10 years. And the dividend community is huge into it. They're like, oh, it's the best ETF forever and ever. And they were a lot of people were crapping on
See,
VT comparing it to Shada.
this baby's still in the comment section.
Oh, he is. There he is. But anyway, VT has been crushing Shada over the last year. Like VT is up 3%, Shada's down like 7% or something like that. And to me, it's just funny because like all these guys, they're so big into it. But now that it's gone down and it's underperformed, a lot of them are talking about selling it, which is hilarious to me because that's when you should be potentially buying.
Well, look, guys, I just pulled up the 5-year chart.
Wait. I want to stick up for KOF there.
Oh, that dumbass.
Oh man, it's getting
he's buying it. So he's actually he's not doing the some of these other retail clowns that are it's down therefore sell. He's actually buying it, but yeah, irrespective of that, broadly speaking, retail has done what retail does, and they never cease to surprise me.
Yeah, that's what that's what concerned me about Shada. It's like, okay, it did well the last 10 years, but you don't know. And if it underperforms, a lot of you clowns are going to bail out. Which, I mean, it doesn't mean it's a bad ETF because it's underperforming other indices now. But all the clowns are selling it because it went down. And of course, all the clowns bought it after it went up massively.
And actually, as of recently, because that's like the name of the game. It's like truly like the long-term performance. Right now, it's actually underperformed the S&P for now a decent chunk. Let me get the figures exactly. But if I pull them up together on a total return basis, because we have to look at it like that.
Best performance, bro.
With dividends
past
reinvested.
performance. No, but I'm saying like you're if you were doing it on a opportunity cost, because like the S&P is like the default, right? No effort S&P. S&P returned 207.63%. SCHG returned, including dividends, 183.82%.
Reinvested.
What?
Reinvested dividends.
No, that's actually non-reinvested.
Okay.
Reinvested returns a little bit more, closes the gap, but S&P still comes out ahead. And remember, S&P is like default investing almost.
Well, dude, I mean, when you look at the companies that it has, it's more likely than not going to underperform the index because the index has fast growers in it. These are all just older, mature companies. I mean, I don't think it's bad if you made this like how I say to do it. Just pick a core holding for your portfolio. But I mean, if you're looking to beat the S&P, dude, why wouldn't you just buy a small cap or a mid cap?
Yeah, and I've been kind of let me actually remind myself what the top holdings are in here, because I gotta go here and see portfolio. Yeah, click here. Okay, so I'm looking at, for example, the top holding PepsiCo. PepsiCo right now, man, I'd be so scared to own that. The performance has been fantastic on PepsiCo, but you're pretty much relying strictly on multiple expansion for the outperformance. And multiple expansion reliance or strategy is, I don't know how you rely on that forever, right? Because you're just assuming tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that and the day after that, people are going to pay more for the same dollar of earnings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's growing at anemic rates. So something's going to give at some point. It had a good amount of exposure to energy, and I think energy really helped it in the prior year, along with its exposure to the consumer staples, which helped it in the prior year. And if you look at the performance again of those two sectors, those were really good. So very minimal volatility. Right now, energy is kind of having a little bit of a rough patch. Same with the pharmaceuticals that are included in here. But being held or being so much exposed to the consumer packaged goods like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, etc., and energy was a benefit last year, which right now, I mean, right now the PepsiCos and the Coca-Colas haven't gotten harmed, but I'd be.
We're still talking about
suspect
Shada.
Yeah, we're talking about Shada.
Did they just do a reconstitution? Didn't they change like a?
Yeah, they got rid of the Second Amendment.
No, they do. Yeah, I think they have a turnover ratio. Last time I checked, like 15%, which is
that's low.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't hate the index. I mean, I think like at least they're profitable companies, but I never liked the it's only dividend payers and only if they've been paying dividends for X amount of time. Like, it's very restrictive.
Now
it's gonna outperform, in my opinion, something like an ARK Invest. ARK Invest is just taking on way too much risk.
Yeah, it's not a horrible index, but I don't think people should just go all in it. I think a big reason a lot of people like it is because it just did well and it pays dividends. That's the only two reasons. It went up a lot and it pays dividends. And if that changes, people are going to sell.
Well,
Like Dan's saying right here.
well, hey, I've got a new sector of stocks I'm looking at. I watched this video from Let's Talk Money with Joseph Hogue, CFA,
Oh, shut up.
and he said 12.
Is Joseph Hogue the bald guy?
Yeah,
Oh.
with the bow
It is
tie.
awful because he's a CFA too.
No, because his video is 12 dividend stocks that put cash in your pocket every week.
His is
So-
such like
so the
lowest-
issue with dividend stocks is you have to wait 3 months to get gains. But with these stocks, you get 52 gains a year, so it compounds more. He didn't
So
say
like they each have like earnings dates or like
Yeah.
dividend distribution dates.
Yeah.
And every
yeah, I
week.
just get every Friday I get 2 cents. Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I get the allure. I 100% get it. You know,
Oh, I do too. I do too.
it's cool, but at the same time, like there's also reasons that.
And I feel like that has to be like a gimmick, right? Like the company has to be like, oh, people buy our stock and we pay a weekly dividend.
You know, well, it's kind of interesting because people don't consider the administrative costs of distributing such a frequent dividend. Like it's not free.
Yeah.
Like there's work involved. So-
Dividend. Hope that becomes mainstream.
Well, we all gotta say if we all say it at the same time, then it'll become
Dividend.
dividend.
Pay me my
Dividend.
dividends.
We just went viral, everybody. Don't
Yeah,
don't
bro. I mean, dude, the Shada is basically like the Vanguard, high dividend index. It's basically
VYM, right?
the same thing. Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna this is what I'm gonna say. Odds are that it's gonna underperform the S&P 500.
That's cringe, Jay Naugy.
What?
No, I think we were saying dividend. I don't think he was talking about.
I did want to talk about a comment from a few minutes ago. Hopefully they're still here. I did want us to discuss, if y'all want to, maybe it could be for later. Warren Buffett said if he had $1 million portfolio today, he could make probably 50% annualized returns.
He's
Yeah.
bull shit. I don't believe it.
So I think Fabio, you believe him?
I think.
possible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
anything.
okay, but like-
possible, but
Okay, well, Fabio, you go first. Go first.
No, I'm saying it's possible at a
Yeah.
smaller portfolio size to find opportunities.
Or we could also discuss, was it easier for people like Warren Buffett to find undervalued stocks 50 years ago than today?
That's also
That is
true.
what I agree with.
Yeah, that's also true.
it is.
Information now is so readily available. I mean, think about 50 years ago. Like there was no internet.
Yeah.
Like how do you get information? Now it's like there's so much more information, which I think leads to in general more efficient markets.
Actually, I have a counterpoint to that, but
Yeah, think about how
Let's
many.
go. Come on, let's
Let's
debate.
go with it because I think I know where Fabio's going with it.
Let's
Think
go.
about all the people now that just buy stocks because they go
They
up.
don't move the market, dude. I'm talking about like institutions.
I would say even institutions, like there's a lot of just garbage information, irrelevant
Today?
information. Yes,
Mhm.
But
today
it's
there's a
better
lot
than
of garbage
50
information.
years ago.
So it's faster. There's a lot of it coming
And
at you.
people could panic more. So maybe
Yes.
an opportunity could exist that would never exist in the old day.
And in institutional money, like if you're looking at, for example, a lot of these hedge funds, I can say this like with certainty, even after auditing a whole bunch of them. They sometimes do very strange moves where it doesn't make too much sense, but under this context, it does, right? Where it doesn't make sense for you to do it, but for them, where they're having to really worry about that short-term performance because their clients will pull out if there's too much volatility, it makes a lot more sense. And you see them almost like knee-jerking all the time, where you see like my portfolio turnover for myself, I'm much more calm. I'm rarely, doing just wild moves in and out of something, while they're a lot more just like, oh, this comes out, boom, I'm pulling out. Or this great news comes in, I'm going in. Kind of just, and it, I feel like, okay, that's great. Information's more readily available. That's true, but it's also brought in so much noise Now, there's something to be said about that, because it's like, okay, but not all the time it's just noise. Sometimes it's real information, like something's actually changed. And then that's the nuance there, or that's the difficulty, is actually separating the two. But I would say that a lot of the time, it's honestly more so noise than anything. So like for a lot of these businesses that we see, well, in hindsight now, but I'm going to use them as case studies, where why did they have such large drawdowns in share price and then subsequent massive performance? Well, the information that was out at the time was pretty negative on them for whatever reason. Let's say let's use one that everyone can kind of get behind here, and very recent, Meta. Like, what the heck was that? How do we even explain that for a second? It's probably one of the most watched stocks of all time.
Fabio, do you remember? Do you remember me telling you when Meta was at $90? I was like, the PEs are like 10. I said, do you think 5 years from now? Because right now people are like, because Apple had a PE of around 12 a few years back, and now people are like, how could people have possibly let Apple get down to a 12 PE? I said, I think 5 years from now, people are going to go, how the hell did we let Meta go to a 10 PE and we didn't buy it?
So you remember, I was going to use Apple as an example, but I was like, maybe people don't remember Apple. That same thing happened to Apple. And Buffett bought Apple at like in 2016-ish when it was around there. Yeah. I remember at the time, people were like, there's like no growth there. There's the iPhone's already saturated.
Yeah, they've run out of ideas.
It returned like over 600% since then.
Yeah.
But all the information was available. It's just what someone actually said. I don't equate it to that, like analysis paralysis, but kind of yes. And a lot of institutional funds are not actually playing 10 years out. They're playing 1 year out. Because it goes a lot to how they make money. Everything is driven by how they make money. Everyone's out there to make money. They make money from having funds in their fund. And the only way to keep that is to perform on a shorter term basis, because people who are investing in it, that's why private equity is actually really attractive now, because like you can lock people in and you can focus more on long term. It actually allows you to do that. But if you're dealing with public markets, not so much. There are funds that do have like restriction clauses, like when you can take out capital, et cetera. But for the most part, you see a lot of funds, they really are worried always about what's their performance this year. And then they'll use that as marketing to attract new capital. So that's another reason why they care so much, because then they have to attract new capital.
I think something you were hinting at earlier is when we were talking about how there is more readily available information today. But, if I'm trying to pick a stock and, well, there's milk in my fridge, it's 92 degrees outside, the humidity is 30%. That's more information, but it's not going to help me pick a stock. So,
and then you use it to.
So the more information people are looking at is, oh, what is the Fed going to do at the next meeting, and oh, did you see the unemployment numbers? But like nobody at Apple was like, well, guys, the interest rate went up 25 basis points and unemployment's up 1%, so we're not going to make the iPhone anymore. Like nobody ever did. So people are focusing on the wrong short-term info.
Yeah, but I think a lot of trading is done by like algorithms. I don't even think it's done necessarily by a person sitting there and analyzing a bunch of information and getting overwhelmed. I think a lot of it's like when a company reports earnings, all the information is fed into an algorithm. It recomputes the value of the stock, and then it tells the algorithm, or the it tells what the company should do. Should it buy? Should it sell? I think that's what is mostly happening when these massive trades go up and down. So I think in general, there are some times where the algorithm screws up and you could potentially have an opportunity. But in general, I think a lot of the price action is more indicative of the truth about what's going on. It's more efficient, I would say, than 50 years ago, because we have the ability now to, even if there is more information, we can actually synthesize it. We have the ability, or institutions at least have the ability to synthesize that and execute on that very, very, very quickly.
I agree, but also, I got to point out shit like Tesla. I don't think that's a lot of institutions. I think that's retail that pushed that stock up.
Well,
No.
it did at the beginning. Now it's institutions.
No.
But here's the thing: they may be right. That's the crazy thing.
And
Like, we may be
reminder,
wrong about it.
reminder that Elon Musk was found guilty by the SEC of executing a short squeeze by lying about the company going private.
I would say that
Okay, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I 100% agree.
You're right.
You're right. I don't know why that was awkward. It just was.
Yeah, I guess nobody had to follow.
It's one of those things. It's like, you say something and it just.
What were you going to say, Fabio?
Well, I would say two things, like, because algorithms are made by people, and they're just a rules-based like line of code that executes a certain thing based off of certain factors. So it's not like, for example, AI is supposed to, there's a good analogy that I just kind of adopted now. I heard it recently, and I thought,
like a little Vietnamese kid.
No, so you can find people in life that are algorithms, and then you can find people in life that are AI. Okay. So the example is, if you're a person that I give you a problem and then you need all the explicit instructions to fix that problem, we call that you're an algorithm, because that's what an algorithm is. So if you find people like that all the time in life, right? People who can't solve problems beyond the instructions you give them. And if they're at work and your work in a working environment is very dynamic, and there's new problems that come out all the time, then the person who's an algorithm-based thinker will struggle to solve that problem. But what we're trying to do in terms of with current or newer iterations of technology is try to create a true AI that can work around, let's say, blockages, obstacles, etc., to solve that same problem. We don't have that yet in markets, really. We have a lot of algorithm-based tradings, which is more so just the set of rules, and they can really mess up. And the thing, again, is back to that information feed. I'm not convinced that we have access to a lot of information, but I'm not convinced that we get access to, or not that we get access to, that all the information is of equal quality. And it's really difficult, I think, to determine what is the best, because, okay, we have all the financials, but the financials are all past information. And so we get an earnings report and, okay, it surprises us. It's to the downside, but that doesn't have really much of anything to do with what will happen in a year or 2 years from now. So we, like, for example, let me take, I think Tyson Foods is a good example right now.
This dude won't shut up about Tyson Foods.
Because Tyson Foods is a very cyclical business, and it should be known, right? It really should be completely known that it is, right? And each time it goes through a cycle, where I'm going to use hindsight, so I'm going to go back in time. I'm not going to predict forward pricing. You can make that conclusion on your own. But going back in time with Tyson's share price, you can see it's more or less followed that cyclical movement. And so each time that the chicken industry or the beef industry has gone through these cycles, you've seen Tyson's profits struggle. And as an investor who potentially understands these cycles a little bit, can stand to profit from that if they understand how long it usually takes to recover. So an example right now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it's an idea I'm throwing out there. Right now, the struggle is beef. Beef is the main highlight. Beef supply chains take about 2 years to correct because the heifers,
those damn cows.
yeah, the heifers,
I'm not buying beef.
They usually start producing offspring on the 3rd year. And so right now we're going through this correction, and Tyson's telling you this, by the way. So it's not even like secret information.
You said the cows can start giving birth at 3?
Around 3 years old. Yeah.
Dude, when I was 3, I was in preschool.
Well, cows have a different development cycle than you. So we have that, I guess, information that's available. And for some odd reason, I guess you see these massive fluctuations with them, and then Archer Daniels Midland too. I think that I'm not going to say that, this is a genius take for predicting this, but Archer Daniels Midland is a really cyclical business, and their share price one day will tank on just the news, because for some reason people will be surprised once again that their business is really cyclical, and there's going to be a downturn in crop production and crop yields globally. And so that's going to cause its own issues. And so then it's going to collapse, or not collapse, but crash. But they're a really strong player, and they have a huge competitive advantage versus everyone else. In fact, I would predict that Archer Daniels Midland will come out on the other side even stronger, and their competitors are going to come out weaker, and there's nothing they can do about it. So yeah, that's just something. So the information's available. I just feel like even institutions do not have a really difficult time taking into account the information, which is a lot of reason why, they will underperform.
Yeah, but I'll say another thing I'll say is, like, so you're giving all these points, right? You're like, oh, like, I can do the research. I know that, this business is cyclical. How did you learn that information? Well, you have a lot more access to information. You can Google it, you can research it. And I think in aggregate, that kind of plays into the efficiency of markets over time.
Oh, yeah.
Because now people like you can do this research, and you can do it instantly. You can Google it. You can spend 20, well, probably more than that. You can figure it out. And that eventually plays in a little bit more into the efficiency of markets.
The efficiency is absolutely true. I agree with you, because I remember when going over efficient market hypothesis, it's over the long term. And that's why there's even ability for you to profit from inefficiencies in the short term.
Oh, 100%.
Because
if you do it right.
Yeah, exactly. So if the market was forever inefficient in aggregate, your ability to find an investment would be irrelevant, because
you wouldn't be able to pick stocks.
You wouldn't be able to. Because, like, for example, just staying on Tyson, I'm going to make up a number. Tyson's generating 100 billion in profit, and it's going to be valued perpetually at like 10 billion.
Yeah,
just to be extreme, because for some reason the market just doesn't want to correct itself for that. That wouldn't happen, because I do believe we live more or less. I do believe in
a rational world.
In a rational world. Like, longer term markets are efficient. And so longer term things correct. That's why Tesla, I know for those. So if Tesla doesn't pan out, let's say, it's because markets over the longer term are going to be efficient, and they're going to, show the true value of Tesla. Like PayPal. Let's talk about PayPal for a second.
Yeah, that I watched your video, so I put my life savings into.
I mean, to me, PayPal is like an obvious, I'm staying out, because it's such there's no moat to that business whatsoever. It's nice. I use it. I like it. But there's 100,000 different ways to send money. And with Zelle, you don't even pay freaking fees.
Yeah.
Which I'm probably going to look into that eventually and probably implement that, because every time I get paid with PayPal, they take $1 from me.
I swear, like Bank of America.
So easy.
Doesn't Bank of America have like a $500 Zelle limit? Like a month?
No. So business, it's 5,000 for individuals, and for individuals, it's 2,500 per month. And if Strongman's getting paid on Zelle, everyone, it's not receiving limit, it's sending out limit. Yeah. So as long as you're receiving, you're never gonna.
I think speaking of, because I know Zelle, it's not faster than anything else. It still takes like 2 days to get there, but the banks just agree to post it.
Yes. Yeah, I've been fucked by PayPal. Like, I've spent hundreds of dollars in PayPal fees. Hundreds.
Strongman, just use Zelle.
But I think in just a few weeks, finally the Fed Now is coming out, the new ACH system that's instantaneous. But I don't know how quick the adoption is going to be. But that's going to be very efficient for you. Can send between your Robinhood or your PayPal, and you get it like within a minute or something.
Oh, that is going to clap PayPal.
Yeah. and that's kind of an interesting take on this, right? Because, so longer term, I think market was efficient with PayPal. Okay, so I was doing analysis on PayPal back in 2022, 2021, but mainly 2022. And I would do reaction videos to, I'm going to call out their names because whatever. Rob the Popular Investor and Cameron Stewart, who's actually kind of growing in popularity now because he's a more professional stock YouTuber. And their analysis was on
there's
crack.
A lot of things. There's a lot of things that dude says that I just kind of go, I don't think so. Cameron Stewart.
Yeah. It's like it was. So both of those guys' analysis was kind of cracked up, and I think I received some pushback on my criticism on their analysis. But to give you an idea, I forget exactly what Cameron's price target was on PayPal, but I know Rob's
What's his
was
last name?
Cameron Stewart.
Stewart. Okay.
Rob's channel, he deleted it, but Cameron.
Wait. Why? How come in his profile picture he looks like the coolest young professional, but then I see his thumbnails and he looks like a homeless guy?
I don't know.
Well, I've never heard of this person. Who the fuck is Cameron Stewart?
He's a YouTuber. He's
Pitch me on this. Pitch me on this. On why would. But
He's
pitch me on how
a
stupid he is.
YouTuber, man.
CFA.
He's a stock picker. And like all of them, he makes his money off YouTube.
But is he in Everything Money? Is he a Jeremy?
I would say his analysis is way better than Everything Money's. Everything Money's is like the dirt, okay, in terms of analysis. Everything Money's I pile on with Jeremy. It's as good as Jeremy's. If they were feeding me their analysis and Jeremy's feeding me his analysis, I'd value them nearly the same. Cameron's is above that for sure. It's not even fair to compare Cameron to that. But Cameron
you're so offended. How dare you bring up Everything Money?
No. It's just like I want to give Cameron credit. Like he's not Everything Money. Everything Money. Saying that about Cameron is insulting him. There's criticisms, all right, but like let's not go saying Cameron's Everything Money.
For him, man, a lot of the numbers he comes up with, and he could end up being right. I just go, man, you're telling people to overpay there.
Wait, real quick before we do who is shilling PayPal?
Me, dude.
Oh no, there's look, PayPal's so Jeremy is shilling PayPal.
That's true. What would Jeremy, of course?
Did Bubbleson touch it yet?
Everything Money is getting involved with PayPal. You have the strange children that I'm kidding. That's me. The SoFi guys.
Children.
The who?
The SoFi guys.
Those.
Like what's his name? Amit or something?
But less so.
The strange children.
No, wait. What's that guy's name again? Is it Amit?
Amit Kukrija?
Is it? Yeah. The guy that
he's a Palantir. No, he's a Palantir shill.
Yeah. But is he also a shill for the thing you just said?
For SoFi, yes.
For SoFi, yeah.
Oh, yes.
You said SoFi, so I was thinking of Amit.
He shills any popular YouTube stock. He shills it.
I think there's a certain someone in the comments section that constantly sends me clips, so I can cringe. Actually, two of you in the comments section
of Amit.
No, not of him specifically, just of general in like SoFi.
Okay.
And I know that I'm calling you guys out. You guys I know you find enjoyment just knowing, like you can't physically see my face, but you know how I'm reacting, and so you're smiling on the other end.
That's like when I send Fabio.
Shit company.
So
like
I
hate. That's like when I send Fabio screenshots of Reddit, and I can't see his face, but I can picture his face.
Yeah, I hate you too for that. The Reddit comments, I hate that.
I'll send Fabio a Reddit comment that's like, Netflix is cracking down on password sharing, so they'll be bankrupt within 6 months. I just send that to Fabio.
Oh, so one thing I want to also add to our previous conversation, because I think this is a really good exercise for anyone listening who cares about. It's an exercise, a mental exercise. Like when I was doing some research today on individual stocks, I always begin like the mental discussion inside. I was like, okay, what is the market? I try to figure out what is the market trying to say about it. And then I try to figure out, do I agree personally or do I disagree based off of other research I do? And so, for example, I'll give you some examples that I found that I agree with on what the market is penciling out. Walmart. Okay. So yeah, Walmart, the market, I agree with what the market's putting out. I'm not investing in it because I don't think there's really a strong opportunity for me. But I think I kind of get what the market's bullish about Walmart. And even though it looks really expensive on a PE basis, et cetera, all that jazz, what really the market's excited about, and I'm thinking this with some of the projections I was playing with, that they can improve some efficiencies. And if you look at their net income margin, it's really low, but there's some efficiencies that they're working in with robotics, a lot of robotics that can eke out. And if you really think about it, just a couple basis points in increase in net margins is a lot.
Huge.
Yeah, it's huge for Walmart.
Dude, Walmart is a fucking beast, man. Like,
Yeah.
and here's the thing. So that delivery they're doing, I think it's highly competitive. Like that Walmart Plus thing they're doing is amazing. I'm not saying it's Amazon level yet, but it's really good. And at least in my stores, where I live, they've like completely revamped the clothing section. Like it looks like almost like a luxury store. Like they're completely remodeling the inside of Walmart's to make them more appealing. Like I think they're gonna absolutely clap Target.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I looked at Target and I was like, Target looks cheap on the surface. And then I looked in a lot more. My end conclusion was, I'm sorry if can I curse?
Yeah, bitch.
Dude, I've already said like 10 curse words.
I was like, fuck, they're fucked.
Dude, Target is shit. I hate Target. I've never liked Target. It never made sense to me.
Fabio, I would have preferred if you said they're effed. I'm disappointed in you.
All right. Well, anyways, whatever. It's because I think what the market's concerned is, and if I listened to both earnings calls in addition to other things, but the earnings calls was really cool to kind of gauge something. But Walmart was saying a lot of our customers are coming in, they're spending a lot more on groceries, less on discretionary. And then Target is a really good barometer of how the middle class is doing, because those are the people that know that they're getting smacked on price a little bit because they know Walmart exists, but they're willing to go to Target anyways for the nicer ambiance.
Not for long.
Yes, exactly. So the market's
I started
for that button. I'm telling you.
I started going to Target 2 weeks ago.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Get out.
No, dude, I bought these fig bars, except they were like probably twice the price of normal fig bars.
Dude, but they look fancier. Scam. Target and the grocery section of Target is shit.
No, you don't understand. I bought this bar made out of dates and bananas.
Oh, I know what you're. Yeah. But Walmart.
But that is the only place I can find the plant milk. Target's the only place I can find the plant milk.
I might also even get Sam's Club membership. I don't know.
I've been thinking about that too. I've been thinking about the same thing.
Look, Walmart is I've said before, I love Walmart with a passion. I'm not saying the stock's a great buy, but if there was one company that I would buy just emotionally, it'd probably be Walmart.
I think Walmart's retro now. Like I think people like even like classy middle class people are like, oh, let's go to Walmart. Let's be dangerous.
Dude, I'm like when I walked in the clothes section, I was shocked. I was like, this is nice. Mm-hmm. This is like better than Target. It's like you feel like you're in a luxury. I wouldn't say luxury, but you feel like you're in a nice place.
Damn, all this talk about Walmart, I'm just gonna buy the stock, whatever.
Yeah. well, actually, they're at
to me, it's emotional. Like I have a huge raging boner for Walmart. That's
then why don't you just throw in like I used to do that with some. I do not condone this stock at all. This stock is definitely going to zero. But I had a fun stock that I would throw like my spare change into. I would execute an order, and then whatever cash I had left over, it was usually the amount of how much a share would cost. Mm-hmm. And then now I think the shares are worth less than $1.
Yeah.
But it was a burger joint that was close by. Yeah, BurgerFi. Okay. Going to zero, like do not.
Really? Because I thought it was doing well. You said it was really good. Did you?
Oh, it is good. Okay, well, the quality of burgers went down a little bit, but
because of inflation.
So, Strongman, you should just make Walmart like your fun stock, right? And that's a much higher quality fun stock than my fun stock.
But I'm like, I mean, with fractional shares now, like when I put an order for VT, it fills.
You have no spare change. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I have like 3 cents in my Fidelity brokerage.
You should put that into Walmart.
I should. You're right. Well, you know what, guys? Not tomorrow, Monday, I will buy some Walmart with my.
3 cents worth of Walmart.
Yeah. Walmart makes so much money. How come they don't?
They don't.
How come they don't pay like a daily dividend?
Shut up. Get out.
Daily dividend. Dude, that would probably make the stock 10x because all the clowns.
That might be in like 100 years. They might have the technology to where it's just every minute you get like your dividend every minute.
Dude, I can tell you from an accountant's perspective, if that ever came to fruition, I would never take a client from that. Could you imagine doing like bookkeeping for somebody like they have like 100 transactions every day? Like they get paid every day. They pay part of their bills every day. Like, oh my god. Could you imagine that?
Fabio, I had a serious stock trade for you. I wanted your opinion on it.
All right, go.
All right.
Do it.
Long AMD and Intel, short Nvidia.
AMD? No. Last time I looked at AMD.
Whoa. Fabio's brain is he's using that. This is what happens when you use 100% of your brain at once. The human mind wasn't built to do this.
What's the percent short on Nvidia? Because that could.
Oh no, you answer that. Smart
No,
boy.
I'm saying because depends on allocation, but okay, so that's a trade that I
You're
think a lot
going
of-
into this play. You're going into this play. So what do you do?
Well, it's funny you say that because I think some CM members were actually making this trade. Like they were going long other semis, short Nvidia, if I remember them what they said to me correctly. And the thing is, do you guys, Jay and Chris, have you seen Nvidia's share price?
I mean, isn't it trading at like 30 times revenue?
Yeah, no. Like,
I actually
look at it
have
right now.
a paid video I have to do for Nvidia. So
You're gonna laugh your ass off throughout that entire video. Like the multiples that Nvidia's trading.
it's a clown stock, isn't it?
It's
I heard it's in a bigger bubble than any 2000 stock.
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
it has a price
because
to
of
free.
crypto.
It has a
right?
price to free cash flow of 200.
no,
It's all because of cryptocurrency. Like their huge revenue explosion. From what I remember, this is just like I haven't done any research, but I remember it was like they were selling a lot of their chips or whatever for crypto clowns to mine Bitcoin.
Yeah, Fabio, can you read us Nvidia's dividend yield?
I have to pull it up, but it's
pull it up
stupid
and read it. Pull it up and read it for us because I know what it is. But
That's usually a good valuation indicator. If it's very low.
0.051%.
it's a five basis point dividend, annual dividend.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not big into predictions, but I would say Nvidia is probably overvalued.
So
Just a tad.
I'd probably go. Man, the thing is, shorting Nvidia right now just can stay so irrational for so long. It's
That's why you
just
choose buy
wild.
BT, guys.
Yeah, long VT,
Yeah.
short Nvidia.
Jesus Christ. No,
I use my BT dividends, my daily BT dividends, to short Nvidia.
Basically what I do is I copy Jeremy Lefebvre's investment.
Dude, Jeremy Lefebvre found a stock. If Jeremy Lefebvre, I want to see Andrei, Jikh, and Jeremy Lefebvre make videos about the new stock that pays you a dividend every minute. I want Andrei, Jikh to be like, every minute I get 4 pennies on my $700,000.
Dude, if it got the views, like if it was popular, because like how they make their videos is they look at trends and like SEO and they say, okay, this topic's trending. I'm going to make a video about it. If that was trending, you know that motherfucker would make a video about it. 100%.
It is literally so embarrassing. If you go on Andrei Jikh's channel right now, you'll see like half of his videos for last month are just like, I put all my money into what ChatGPT said. It's like, you already did this video last week. But he keeps he's out of ideas. And he had one quote, the tipping culture in America is broken. Like I'm like, he's out of ideas.
Bro, the great one is Stockmo's diminishing views.
I haven't looked at his channel in a while. What's going on,
bro? He's got like he gets maybe like 10 to 15,000 views. He has 597,000 subs.
That's better than a lot of the other clowns.
But it's
way below what he was getting.
I'll say this every time Stockman is brought up. He looks like somebody wearing like a leather human skin bag, and he talks like this. Hey everybody, I have a new stock for you today. And there's no way 600,000 people saw that and were like, I need more of that. I need YouTube to let me know when there's more of this.
Dude, a lot of those channels, like they blew up probably based on 1 or 2 videos, and then after those topics of those videos became irrelevant, people stopped watching, but they just never unsubscribed. That's usually what happens.
You know, that's actually shocking. His most viewed video only has 368,000 views. That's almost impossible. That's almost impossible that a YouTuber has more subscribers than their most viewed video has views.
You think he bought him?
No, I think that's really, unless he like removed a video or something, but it's so weird how he grew.
Dude, he probably did. I mean, like, obviously, like, he's a fucking clown. Of course he would remove videos.
Chris Sane is getting destroyed too.
Yeah, his numbers are terrible.
Does Chris Sane, I heard Chris Sane charges like multiple like 5-figure amounts for consulting or speaking engagements.
Yeah, and he charges 6 figures to lick his ass.
Like, it was like, yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, I charged $10K for this consulting. It's like, what?
Yeah, Chris's comparable views to stock mode. They're both like, it's probably literally the exact same 9,000 people watching each video. There's 100% overlap.
Yeah, I mean, like, every channel has like a loyal fan base. You know, you can kind of tell what it is because, like, when you do a shitty video, you'll still get a certain amount of views. That's probably what's happening with theirs.
And you know how I think I can explain why Chris Sane and stock mode both still have viewers and people that defend them. I have a buddy who's very, very intelligent. I enjoy talking to them about stuff, and they will defend Rich Dad Poor Dad and Kiyosaki because that was their first finance book they ever read. They knew nothing, and that got them into the world of actually thinking about finances. And so he still defends that book, even though we know it's horrible. So I think some people, Chris Sane was the first person to ever teach them what a stock is. So I think they're like, even though they probably know he's a little stupid, but they're like, I like Chris Sane. Like, I trust him because he was my first teacher. I think that's what it is.
Bro, you can only lose so much money for so long before you got to start questioning things.
He banged your wife. Oh, I still trust him. You know, he told me how to buy a stock.
Oh, Chris Sane, your $2,000 beyond your mortgage. Yeah, I'll wire it to you, man. Were there YouTube? There was a YouTuber he wasn't a finance YouTuber. I think he was a Twitch streamer, and he would ask viewers. He's like, "Hey, man, I just had like a horrific accident. I need like $2,000 today." And there was like hundreds of viewers, I think, that he all owed like thousands of dollars to, and he was lying about everything. And finally came out because they started talking to each other, and they all found out it had been like 2 years not paying him back. So that's crazy that somebody would do that to like a viewer and ask them for like, and that the viewer would just give them $2,000.
Hey guys, if you want to give me $2,000, you know, I'll take it.
Yes. There's a reason Strongman hasn't been making videos lately. We're not going to come out publicly with it, but he needs $2,000 from you,
dude. I've been lazy with my videos. Like, once I went to that army training and I came back, I was just like,
can you explain to me? I didn't actually know what that was. Can you explain to me what that whole saga was and why you had to leave?
So I'm actually in the reserves, and in the reserves you have to do like training. So basically, once a year you have to go for 2 weeks.
And how long do you still have to stay in the reserves until you can like retire?
So, well, me, because I've been lazy, I haven't done like enough time to like get qualifying years for retirement. So me, I'll probably have to stay in another like 10, 11 years.
Dude, you need to start working harder. You need to start grinding, man. You need to start doing like 5 TikToks a day.
Who says this?
Gary V.
Dude, I'm getting my health insurance. That's all that matters.
Gary
V, 20 years to retire.
Yeah. Okay. So you just have like a annual training to like, hey, you're in the reserves. You need to make sure you're not a fat fuck.
Yeah. They're like, hey, you need to show up for 2 weeks.
Yeah. And
then like in the normal reserves, you have to go once a month for a weekend for 2 days, maybe 3 days, once a month. My job's a little bit different. Mine's more flexible. I can do like 5 days here, 4 days here, whatever. So that's why like I don't do a lot of stuff, but I'll randomly go for 2 weeks.
Do you get to pick the location? Like, Cancun is where I'm going to be doing.
Could you imagine the government flying me to Cancun? Oh, yes, sir. I heard this.
Yeah.
Good diplomacy to do down there.
You got to do 2 weeks of getting drunk and fucking hookers.
Get you. That's your cardio. Yeah,
dude, I had a blast. Like honestly, like we didn't really do that much, and I was getting like a meal allowance. Like they paid me $59 a day for food. So every lunch and dinner, I ate like a king. It was amazing.
Yeah, the hold on. No, I lost my thought. What did you say right before that?
Food, Cancun, hookers.
Yeah. The military is like, look, just in case you have to be sent off to war, we need to make sure you're still conditioned to like only get 3 hours of sleep at night. So you're going to be doing cocaine in Cancun for a week.
Hey, that's good training, man. You know, war can be exhausting.
They're like, Chris, you survived a 36-hour firefight with Taliban. How did you do it? It's my army training, dude. Just doing blow and banging hookers down in Mexico.
Yeah.
Really prepared me for that environment.
Chris, you've been selected to be turned into the next Captain America. We knew you're the perfect test subject because you survived 27 different STDs from those Cancun hookers. You know you had the perfect body.
Oh my god.
Well, there's not many nice hookers where I was. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But dude, every night, like I went out to Mexican, I went out to Buffalo Wild Wings. I'd have like multiple beers.
Dude,
I had
a free $59 of Buffalo Wild Wings makes it way more fun than you spending your own money.
Oh, baby.
Oh yeah, dude. I would have been crushing food. I would have been like, yeah, I'm making sure I eat all
give me 4 orders of mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, dude, when I was younger, I was like, oh, I'm going to save the money. Because, like, you can pocket the money.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like, I don't give a fuck. I want some nice wings.
Actually, yeah, I do want an extra ranch dressing. Yeah, put it on my tab.
Yeah, I'll get another tall beer. Why not?
Have you guys ever had, well, I'm guessing yes, Wingstop? I have never had this.
Yeah, I think it's better than Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's all right.
Not if you're sitting down. Only if you're it sucks to sit down in there. But
yeah, you got to pick it up and bring it home. Yeah. But it's good.
It's good.
Yeah. But the restaurant itself is like.
You know what's so funny? I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings, and people would always ask like, "Y'all have the best ranch I've ever tasted. Like, what's your special recipe?" I'm like, it just like gets shipped in a bag in a truck, and we cut it open. But when I go to Wingstop, even though I know this is stupid, I swear the ranch and their blue cheese is the best I've ever tasted. I'm sure it's just shipped in from some company. That missed me getting like shot out for
you have every other place.
But it's go get the Atomic. That's their spiciest thing, and get blue cheese dressing. It's gonna be really, really good.
What does everyone think about the investment in Cheesecake Factory?
I think you're a fat fuck.
Let me look at this. I thought it was stupid, I think.
Yeah, because that was a recent investment.
Yeah,
dude, I don't understand when this clown is gonna just give up and like just be like, yeah, maybe I should have been in an index this entire time.
Let me stand up real quick.
Why? So you can lose some weight, fat ass?
Yeah. I mean, look, it is what it is, dude. Like right now, you're paying its price for free cash flow is 24. Generally not interested, but then when I factor in what business this is in, I'm really not interested.
Do you guys remember back in 2018 when a black guy in Miami walked into a Cheesecake Factory and he had a "Make America Great Again" hat on? And apparently, like the staff and the customers started like harassing him, and he like sued him.
No,
that's just a funny story. That's just a funny story. Like, but that's a game of Clue. It was the black.
I want to answer a question real quick.
Fucker, it's one sentence, okay? So it's like a game of Clue. It was the black guy in the Cheesecake Factory with a MAGA hat. Go.
Okay, what were you saying, Fabio?
There was a question. How is Jeremy's Discord doing? His Patreon, whatever, is doing really well. He's making above the average or the median income of the United States on just Patreon. And it's more of a sign to me that you can be absolute dog shit at investing,
and you can beat good investors.
Dude, he's got almost 1,200 patrons now.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's even more now.
So, oh my god.
So he's making he's clearing 100,000 easily, right? A year?
More, yeah, way more than that. Dude, he is killing it, man.
Wait till these people lose all their money and then realize that the dude doesn't know what he's talking about.
And I bet you a lot of them signed up for the higher tier, the $19 tier. Holy shit, he's making money, man. God, what a fucking scammer.
That's why his new channel is called Jeremy Lefebvre Makes Money. It's about his Patreon. Yeah.
It's still so ridiculous to me after all this time.
I think does he still look like? Does he still? Because there's some videos he legit looks like he's coming down from like cocaine or speed or something.
I think he's been using filters.
Yeah.
I think he's getting better. Like, I think now that he's like kind of like not talking about shits, like horrible stocks anymore, it's a little bit less stress, I think.
He needs to go back to the whiteboard. I think he would gain subscribers.
He probably. Here's what a stock is. Here's what a P ratio is. It's
And then calculates
earnings
it the
divided by
opposite way.
price.
Yeah.
Dude, I still want to know what he has on Paul.
Paul was sucking his cock on that apology video. He's like, I had a 90-minute conversation with Jeremy. He's actually a value investor.
Bro.
Is this real?
It's
Yeah,
real-ish.
I gotta go to court tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
On a Sunday?
Yeah.
They had to work overtime. They had to work overtime for how many people you scammed into taking
Well,
accounting.
the judge is like, we need to sue. We need to get this guy in jail now. So
I was just like, I was confused by the what you're being sued about, like for VT
for the accounting classes.
For the accounting classes. Oh,
Because Chris knows that learning accounting won't help you beat the market because that's impossible. So therefore, any money he charges, he's knowingly scamming them out of that money because accounting won't help you pick stuff.
Yeah, actually, I charged my sister to do her taxes, so I actually feel like she should be part of that lawsuit too.
Yeah, she should be allowed to like run over your like leg.
Yeah, she can just execute my kid.
Just execute your kids.
The most brutal reprisals.
dear God, this is getting dark.
Paul Gabriel here.
So any
Gabriel.
any updates on like the Mr. Paul?
That's right, guys. We have a special guest visitor. You didn't know he was coming. It's Seth from Everything But. Here he is.
Bro, I would really like to interview Seth, or at least watch an interview with Seth where he spills the beans.
His NDA ends in July.
Yeah,
dude, that would be a bomb. Like that video would get a lot of.
Well, I do remember he spoke to a member of the Discord on Instagram, and what Seth said, this shocked me. Seth said he was shocked to find out that viewers could tell that how arrogant Paul was. Seth thought you could only tell that off camera, like when they stopped recording. So that means how we picture him. Seth thinks he's way worse off camera, that you wouldn't even notice him on
Paul
camera.
is a toxic leader, man.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag.
That's why he had to step down from every company, and he had to appoint a new CEO for every company.
No,
He's a
Paul
piece of
Paul
shit.
is the guy who doesn't show that he's the smartest guy in the room. He just tells you as he's walking into the room that he's the smartest guy in the room.
You know what made me decide that Paul is I was on the fence with Paul, and then I was like, oh, he actually is like an idiotic douchebag.
Can I get credit for never not being on the fence with Paul? And that's what my meme was about. Remember my Lord of the Rings meme?
I first saw him when he like destroyed Jeremy Lefebvre. I watched that video like 5 times in a row because it's so funny. And I realized like within a month, I was like, he's just fucking as bad as Jeremy. But the moment I realized Paul is like, he's actually stupid. I wasn't sure if he was smart. I was like, oh, he's stupid and he's a douchebag. I clicked on his Instagram because he kept promoting his Instagram every YouTube video. I clicked on his Instagram. First thing in his bio. So this is the most important thing he wants everybody to know at first. It said, I type at 142 words per minute.
You don't put that in your bio?
Yeah. I was like, this guy sucks. This guy sucks.
Weird flex, bro.
Yeah, dude. I really want to hear Seth's take on Paul walking in with his mom jeans and his McDonald's coffee, just screaming at everybody. Like I can only imagine how unpleasant it was.
Have you seen the photo? It was always sent to me. I don't know who found it and how they found it, but it's Paul. He's like with the phone in his hand and he's flexing in the mirror.
No,
it's
really
cringe.
Oh, yeah. I think was that me? I think that was me.
Oh, I saw a video.
Facebook stalking of Paul.
He's just like this too. He's like,
let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
I have the photo because I thought it was
strong man. Send it to the group.
It's your background.
Strong man, don't forget my Home Alone parody of Everything Money.
Oh, that's good. That was good stuff.
I have to go back in messages probably.
Where is he at? Oh, I found him. Hold on a second.
Wait, you have that photo?
Well, I've got his
send it-
Facebook profile.
Send it
Hold
to
on.
me. Send the flex one to me. Dude, this is not edited or anything. This is a video. This is a picture on Paul's Instagram. He posted this and leaves it up there. It's a post of March 2020 when the stock market's down like.
Oh, you have it. Yeah, there it is. That's it right there. Yeah, that's the photo. Okay, so it's on his Instagram. I didn't know that.
Oh my god. I'll send it to you.
Bro, you need to put that up on the screen if it's even possible.
Oh yeah, easily. Hold on.
Yeah, that photo is just another something.
Put Adam on Facebook. You think he'll accept?
So this picture that Paul has on his Instagram, it's within it's during March 2020. The stock market is down like 8%.
Oh,
and
information. Cole, shut up. I'm kidding, Cole.
Paul is it's like MSNBC and it shows the stock market's red and Paul's kissing the screen and he's like so happy to be able to buy this dip today, like blessed. Like I was like, you're what the fuck? What?
JC, I just saw your comment on Discord, so I was about to mention that. That's the new information that apparently just came out.
Okay,
put up JC's comment.
Put up Julius Caesar's comment right there. Paul.
Oh wait, he's gonna put up.
I'm gonna add him right now. This is history in the making.
Oh
yeah, and poke him.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, request him on Farmville.
Farmville.
No, the last time I used Facebook was in like 2011 or something. So I have no idea.
So yeah, apparently Paul did a valuation on Amazon and came up with a $50 buy. Like, you know what? You know how funny that is? It's just like, all right, I'm gonna analyze Apple right now. Apple, what's Apple's stock price right now? Okay,
like
yeah, I'd buy it for like $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's $175 right now. Yeah, I'd buy it for $10. It's like, oh, no dip, Sherlock. Like
no.
I
think you may have gotten that from me. This is what I've always said. Paul is like, if Paul was a real estate investor, which I guess he is, I think he owns like 1,000 apartments or something. But Paul, if he was buying real estate, he'd make real estate videos like, this is how to never overpay for a house. And he like walks up to like a mansion and he's like, I'll give you $5 for this. The guy's like, no, you dumbass. Like, and Paul's like, see, guys, I'm not willing to overpay for this house. Like, I'm just gonna wait until the right price comes.
I've got 7 or 8 houses upstairs right now.
7 or 8. Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Like 7 houses above you?
I asked a question on that actually
apartment, by the way.
I think they banned me at this point, but they used to respond to me. I asked like, so does Paul actually not know how many businesses he owns? Like he always says 8 or 9. And basically what Capital Mindset, not Capital Mindset.
Yeah, I responded.
Everything Money. Basically what Everything Money responded with, they were basically saying like, yeah, it's a joke, dumbass. And I was like, what's funny about that? It's funny that he doesn't know how many businesses he has. That's the joke. Okay.
Well, I mean, think about like you have Mo, the ultimate yes man there. He probably laughs at everything Paul says.
No, he definitely does.
Oh, you need to watch the PayPal video. You need to watch it. I know that it's terribly boring. I was sent the video and I watched it, and I can tell you it's worth it to the point where Mo is trying to say what PayPal is, like this back, like he's saying PayPal's on the back end. It's different from Apple, and then like Paul just stares at him. And they don't even edit it out.
Let's watch it right now. Live reaction.
Stares at him.
All right.
Bro,
pull up this Everything Money PayPal video.
Here's the best one on that. When they were coming up with their monies, when they were coming up with their prices for PayPal, right? They do all this 10-year, 20-year analysis. I just used my gram number. They had it at like 60 or 70. Then Mo goes, I think this is like a $40 stock. And that was what I figured out with the gram number. I'm like, you guys are almost there. You just do stupid things.
No, dude, I legit it was either Amazon or I'm trying to remember what stock it was, but basically I noticed a trend over the course of like a year. I went and watched every single video they did about the stock. They did like 5 videos. I checked the stock price at the time. Their price target that they came to at the end of the video it was always exactly half of the stock price that day that the video came out. But so
Really?
so he's always just like, yeah, I would pay less for this. That was like he was doing that for I think he's not doing it now, but that was for a few months. He just like cut it in half, and he's like, that's what I'll pay.
About
you ready
5
for
minutes
this?
and 20 seconds.
Yeah, unmute it, bitch.
5 minutes and 20 seconds. Skip
Okay,
over to
jump
5
to
minutes.
5 minutes and 20 seconds.
No, he's saying the video's that long.
No. The videos. No, he's saying jump to it.
Oh, all right.
All right, let me know if you can hear it or not.
They're more of a transactional
I can hear it.
rather than like an Amazon Pay or an Apple Pay, which is just like you're just sending money. It's not so like they do stuff on the back end where they do transactions, right? I don't know what you mean by that. Like,
No, it gets better. It gets better.
You're
And
on
they
the
didn't
back
edit
end.
this
I'll
out.
show you a back end, boy.
Yeah, this is Paul. Mo asked. This is what happened before this video. Mo asked Paul for a raise, and Paul's like, Mo's getting a little too much of an ego. Let me knock him down. I'm gonna leave this in the video, so he knocks him down a peg.
Dude, look at the posters on the. What is this?
E8.
What
I
is
didn't
this?
even notice that. My God.
Pictures of themselves.
That's actual thumbnails from videos, though. But that's they have one with Seth at the bottom. Seth's still in the
it's
bottom.
So weird.
This is like they're insane. This is like they're trapped in this room as like an insane asylum.
All right, we got to rewatch that at normal speed. Hold on a second. Full screen. Here we go.
Oh my god.
they're more of a transactional rather than like an Amazon Pay or an Apple Pay, which is just like you're just sending money. It's not so like they do stuff on the back end where they do transactions, right? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, trying to-
All right, let's keep going. You want to keep watching or no?
Yeah,
No,
keep
it gets
watching.
better.
Keep watching.
figure out how to say this. They're not in the same category as
See, there was an edit
Yeah,
there.
they edited it.
Wait,
Yes.
go
Yeah,
back.
there was
Go back.
more, but
Go back.
All right,
Five
watch very
seconds?
carefully.
Okay. I blinked.
they do stuff on the back end where they do transactions, right? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, trying to figure out how to say this. They're not in the same category.
Yeah.
But see, here's the funny thing. They kept the part in where Paul chastised Mo. You know,
that's
they could've
yeah.
kept
No,
it
I'm like,
Yeah,
bro.
no, here's what happened before this video. Right before they filmed this video, Paul and Mo were at the gym showers, and Paul saw Mo had a bigger cock than him. So Paul said, "Let me humiliate this guy on YouTube today." That's good. That's good.
All right.
Volker Bro.
Keep watching. It goes.
Hey guys, Boga Brill here.
An Apple Pay, an Amazon Pay, even a Venmo, like the PayPal side of it. So that's where I see them having the competitive advantage. Am I making sense with this?
No.
You're not.
Wait, hold on.
That's the, look at his
Fuck
face
is
too.
Amazon Pay?
That's
Is that a thing?
wait, right now, Paul, the face Paul is making is the face yesterday, right before this video, when he walked in on his wife fucking Mo. That's the face he was making. And he's like, yeah, now you know how it feels, because I'm going to leave this part in the video.
No, but I honestly see most. I mean, like the only reason that PayPal is probably a little bit better than just like the regular payment processors is there's actually like a business suite. I don't know if there is for other processors.
Oh,
but for
don't hit
PayPal-
play yet. Hold on, I want to screenshot this real quick. I'm going to save this face. I'm going to make an emote of that or
But
something.
PayPal is like a business suite where you can like send invoices and track your outstanding.
Yeah, they do a lot more on the back end.
Yeah. The
This
back end,
needs
that's
to this needs to be turned into a meme.
right.
I might do it. I might be high enough to do it.
Let's play that part one more time. Hold on.
Amazon Pay, even a Venmo, like the PayPal side of it. So that's where I see them having the competitive advantage. Am I making sense with this?
No.
You're not understanding?
No, I think long term,
They couldn't edit that out. You know, they got to show us Paul as the smart guy.
That's the end of it though. But
Okay.
that's the part I was like, oh my god.
They just brutalized his ass.
Yeah,
Dude.
poor Mo.
Well, I mean, he's basically the whipping boy there.
There was one video. It's in one of my reaction videos. So, but I don't know which one. Where Mo says a sentence and he's like, "Okay, so let's look at the revenue." But there was a cut at each word, so they had to do like 4 different takes to get him to say a 4-word sentence.
I mean, could you imagine working for Paul though, and like the stress of that, like that
No,
fucking
dude.
asshole, like just being on your ass all the time? God.
Well, I think he has to surround himself with investors who are, you know.
You know what Paul is? If you put him as a comedian, he would be the guy that purposely takes out a bad stand-up to go in front of him. Because he doesn't want to take the chance that anybody good goes up there and kills.
Yeah.
That's what he is, man. And I mean, I honestly think some of the reasons Seth got kicked off the show is that Seth was becoming the popular one.
I think that would totally piss Paul off. Yeah.
And then him going on the live stream with you, Fabio,
And with Strongman, like
and
8
with
months before
Strongman.
that. Yeah.
I think that, Paul was looking at that and he goes, this guy's not listening to me. He's also becoming the face of this. We got to get him out of here.
Yeah. He's been my best friend for 5 years. Time to get this guy out of here. Yeah.
Send him to the streets.
But yeah, dude, I really hope he comes back and just lays the whole thing out.
Okay.
Dude, Paul is such a twat, though. He would probably sue him. I can see that happen.
So this might be
what? The NDA's done.
Yeah, but even then, it's like you could still sue somebody and just drain them.
So this might be a little dark. But when Seth was fired from the channel, if we then found out 2 days later Seth killed himself,
Jesus Christ!
How many videos do you think would have been made talking about Paul? They're like, yeah, Seth went on a live stream and then Paul fired him and killed himself. How many videos have you made about that topic?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy Roasting Everything Money. They just suck so bad. I haven't watched their channel. I mean, like I've watched like maybe 1 or 2 videos like for the first minute. I just can't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it just
because
sucks.
because it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's lame.
It's 5 minutes of maybe analysis, then Paul just rambling about whatever Paul wants to ramble about, Mo being a moron. And basically it's just repetitive and boring. If you like it, watch it. I personally, I think you guys know what I think. I think even the financial YouTuber, I think that's going the way of the dodo bird.
Mm-hmm.
I just really think the revenue is drying up everywhere because the easy money policies of the Fed are ending. Companies don't have enough money to throw at these YouTubers. So I think the people that are going to be around are going to be the smaller guys and the larger guys. I think the middle is going to get hollowed out. Because the smaller guys, they don't rely on the money. The mid-range guys, I think, will still be making enough to do it. Or not the mid-range, the high-end guys will still be making money. But I think it's a lot of the 50 to 100,000 subs. I think the days of you being able to live off that money are going to be gone in the next 2 years.
I mean, like my only counterpoint would be that people in the middle, they can make enough from YouTube where it's going to be more than the shitty minimum wage job that they would have had they not had YouTube.
Well, look at a dude like Spencer Cornelia. Echoes did a video on him where he's basically talking about how he's making no money right now.
Yeah, but he's making 3. Well, that's a business profit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got 0 profit, which that's his problem, but he can fix that. But like he's still getting like at least gross revenue. He's getting like 3 or 4 grand a month, probably more. And it's like, hey, like that's better than a minimum wage job by far.
True, but I don't know, man. I see it as this, man. I mean, a lot of these guys are going to a Patreon subscription model. How long is that going to last when guys like Jeremy or Paul can't outperform the market?
I am so like jaded now because if you look at Jeremy, he's literally making over $10,000 a month on Patreon after all the shit that he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after a certain point, they can't kill you on YouTube. You're forever set for life.
So no shit. If you want to know what the future of YouTube finance is, like these are going to channels. You're going to see a lot of these channels in the next 5 years on YouTube. If you want to know the new meta on finance YouTube, go to the YouTube channel. I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sadie.
I've been seeing that dude.
Yeah. I think he has like a Netflix show now. It's more personal. It's like sitting down and talking with an actual couple about actual finances and not just these big general macro topics that Graham and Kevin and Andrei have all been doing.
Well, that stuff will always be pertinent, like the Dave
Yeah.
Ramsey kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That'll always be around.
But it's also the editing. Like this is higher quality than what Graham Stephan's been doing, where Graham Stephan just kind of sits there and it's one shot and it's just a couple images pop up. It's way more professional editing.
Well, you know what Graham's gonna do? He's gonna copy Caleb Hammer. He's gonna basically
Caleb Hammer is exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Who's that?
Graham is gonna steal his idea. So Caleb Hammer's like this up and coming finance guy. He's basically like a Dave Ramsey, but well, I won't say it, but I think he has certain predilections. But he's basically kind of like a Dave Ramsey kind of guy. But he's like a young kid. He's like 20 something.
Yeah, I really don't know why you would listen to a 20-something on that, but it is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like it's like if this dude like looked at my finances, I'd be like, "You suck my dick." Like you don't have any kids, you don't have a
Yeah.
wife. Oh, are you gonna judge? Oh, you got a van payment there, strong man? It's like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be a dink my whole life, and I'm just gonna roll in that sweet dough.
I mean, yeah, he's not a bad guy, but he's kind of like sassy, and he has these like really stupid people come on, and he basically roasts their finances. That's what he does. But he's super popular. He's super popular.
I mean, things like, I guess you can keep doing the cookie cutter videos on YouTube. That would bore the shit out of me, but hey, I mean, he's making millions of dollars off it. I just don't think the whole YouTube finance thing is going to last.
Mm-hmm.
It's all market dependent. Like it's so predictable. Like we were calling this years ago. When the market goes down, people are going to lose interest. When the market starts going back up again, yeah, people are going to come back. Guaranteed.
Wait, strongman, do you remember that picture I sent you? I sent him a picture of Dave Ramsey at like 34 years old. This dude is like bald, looks 65.
I mean, dude, like I'm 33. Yeah. I think I look pretty good. Like I don't look like an old man yet. Dave Ramsey looks like absolute really shit at 34.
That's the power of money. There's so many. You look at Seth MacFarlane, 1998 before Family Guy, and Seth MacFarlane 25 years later. Seth MacFarlane looks younger. And look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady looks younger than when he was drafted fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, that is the power of money. Look at Jeff Bezos. Back in like the late 90s, he just like looks like some dork. Now he looks like Lex Luthor.
Dude, it's the power of going to the fucking gym and eating healthy, not being a dumbass. Like that's how you look good when you're older.
It's TRT. It's a super hot smoking Mexican girlfriend.
It's having a personal chef. Having a personal chef was huge.
On your giant yacht. That tends to be de-aging because you wake up and you go, what do I got to do today? Oh, I'm one of the richest dudes in the world. I ain't got shit to do.
I gotta get drunk and bang hoes.
Yeah, I gotta get drunk and bang my smoking hot girlfriend.
And her sister.
Well, with the kind of money Jeff Bezos has, I'm not like sure because I'm not psychic, but I think he could probably get some threesome action.
He's hanging out with some ugly chick though, like way too much surgery.
Let's see.
Yeah, welcome to Celebrity Gossip with the Rue Rabble crew.
Jeff Bezos. What is it? His girlfriend.
It's like what's that famous hipster kind of music thing? That
Adam Nash. Adam Nash is not a fan of Caleb.
What's it called? Like acapella or whatever. Oh yeah, that's her.
Yeah, she's had surgery.
You think women aren't supposed to look like the Joker?
Dude, he's about to get us assassinated, man.
Which one is that? Who's the guy from The Shining? Jack Nicholson? Yeah, she looks like Jack Nicholson Joker.
Look at her lip. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is weird, dude.
Well, that's like
I don't like those like surgery girls. Like,
she got those lips from Amazon. That's where they met.
Oh, JC's asking us to talk about another specific YouTuber.
All right, let's do it. Where? Bubble Son. Let's go. Julius Caesar. JC.
Oh, Julius Caesar.
You know, the Roman guy.
Do you get it, Bubble Son?
Oh,
no, I don't get it.
Yeah, I thought that was Andre Jich's asshole. And
Wait,
some
do you not
guys-
know the nickname Bubbleson, where it comes from?
No, I know the nickname, but the whatever that thing is. I
The
don't know what
emojis, that's a bubble, and then the sun.
Yeah, you
Look at-
Gen Z kids and your bubbles.
Hey,
Yeah, we don't even
Fred,
speak in words anymore. It's emojis. Like you don't
look
get
at
it.
look at what
that is. Oh, I
Dex
can't
put up.
see it. That's
Oh, you
why.
can't-
I think
Oh.
it looks like 2 bars next. to
Oh, okay.
Oh, now it
No,
makes
it's-
sense. I'm
I'm
like,
sorry, yeah,
it's clearly a
It's
bubble.
an,
It's
it's an
clearly a
emoji
sun.
of bubbles and it's an emoji of a
it.
sun.
Can you see what I'm seeing there?
Yeah, I
Oh,
get
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I get that when I had an Android. I got that a lot.
I was like, what the
Okay.
fuck is this? What are you talking about?
Hey, dude, put up Dex's comment because that's brilliant.
Yeah, put up this motherfucker's comment.
Dude, it might be time to reveal Mike Stathis' pictures.
Yeah,
Oh, you have him?
Oh, I know what he looks like. Yeah, we found pictures of him.
Well, he stopped coming on my channel as BP when he realized that all of his hurtful comments didn't hurt me.
dude. If this is an episode of Black Mirror, we'd be like, yeah, guys, we found out what Mike Stathis looks like, and it would be a mirror. It would
That
be
was
a
actually a big
mirror.
moment. It was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is the guy that's been like stalking me and threatening to call my job.
But the moral of the episode was like, we're all a little anti-Semitic. We need to work on that.
we learned so much from
Yeah.
that.
So, what do you guys think about Mr. Bubble?
Mr.
I-
Bubbleson? I think he's a closet indexer. I think it's a scam.
Yeah. And I don't think he has any idea that he keeps buying overpriced stocks and then wonders why they don't go anywhere or they go down.
Yeah, I think he unfortunately he thinks he's a little smarter than he is. I think because he was a software developer back before this.
He always fights people on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he loves going on like if you make a video on him and get 100 views, he's gonna leave you a 9-paragraph comment.
He
He
never
didn't
left
say
me a
anything
comment.
to me.
Oh, he
never
left
left me a
he left
comment.
me a comment on every video.
He never left
Yeah.
me a comment, and my video was just breaking down his entire portfolio. And
He made a community post about me. He didn't mention my name, but he made a community post in response to one of my videos.
Which one?
Man, I can't even tell you anymore. I forget what the drama was about. Do you guys remember what my last?
Meta.
Yeah,
Did you tell
We called him
Meta?
out for Meta.
well, yeah, because he said when it was at like $95 or $100, he was like, yeah, I'm getting out.
He sold at 95.
I don't. He may have sold earlier, but he was saying I'm definitely not getting back in, or he may have sold. Or at $95, he's like I can't get back. Yeah, I think this.
No,
I'm
you're
not-
getting
I'm
the
not
price
sure.
wrong. It was the literal bottom. The day Meta
Yeah.
bottomed, his video came
Yeah.
out.
That's right. But I don't know if I could be wrong about this, but I think what he said was he's like, I don't feel comfortable buying Meta stock until I see them cutting cost and growing revenue again. And I was like, yeah, by the time that's happened, it's going to be at like $500 a share. Like you can't wait until that part to get back in.
Yeah, Meta was a very interesting case.
Uh-oh, dude.
Who the heck is Economic Ninja?
He's Professor Farnsworth. By the way, guys, new Futurama coming out this summer on Hulu.
I'll
The
say
Economic Ninja.
before I even look, if he's like charging for like economic research, macroeconomic research, that's useless. I wouldn't call it grift. Maybe depending on how he's doing it, but it's like
Oh my God! That's his profile picture. Oh my God!
You know what the North Star is doing right now? He doesn't want to pay me $50 for a personal video.
It looks like the fucking Johnny Bravo guy. Like just like.
so we're just gonna
physically.
be brief on his stuff.
Yeah. Oh, very brief. All right, let's pull him up.
Okay, look.
Economic Ninja.
The video that's coming up. The video that I'm seeing is it says, "I can't believe they just did it. They just did it," and the thumbnail is "They just did it," and it's George Washington with like some filter over his eyes and a nuke going off in the background.
Well,
Let's
that's,
watch that video.
No,
Ooh,
that's
dude,
not a
look at his
filter. That's
subs.
the Mao Zedong's eyes
Yeah.
from the Chinese renminbi.
Oh wait, no. Watch
You
the
uncultured swine! You can't tell.
wait, watch. I can't tell. I'm an idiot. That is Zhao Dong.
Yeah, that is Mao. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, go to the watch the he did one about banking. Go to the scroll over. It's got Chase in the thumbnail. Click on that one. Did Chase Bank really do it? This could be bad. What is
Okay,
that?
so
you're
Nikki's
worth-
saying he doesn't charge anything; it's all commentary. But I'm like, all right, but it's probably all useless commentary.
Oh, he's definitely charging for something.
Hey, let's watch this. Let's sign up for that guy, that memory train.
Hey, everybody, Economic Energy here. I hope you're doing
I
great.
hate him already.
Hey, guys.
Well, and he's never. I don't think he's gonna have any of this energy the rest of the video. It's like,
Oh, there it is. Coupon code.
Dude, he's selling a course. Yeah.
Next
but
real
it's
estate
70%
crash.
off.
It's
70% off, so it's only
$3,000.
$3,000. Oh, it's only $300. It was $1,000.
I mean, I guess I've seen this real estate crash course.
Yeah, real estate crash course, selling it to a bunch of retail out there. And
When you said retail, I thought you were saying retard.
is there a dip? No, I'm kidding.
No, that's what you meant, though. I know that's what you meant.
I like it.
Make money trading stock. Okay, so affiliate links, that's fine, whatever. Macro futures, 50% discount code.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
The
Crypto.
safe place for your coins for Lucas.
Yeah, it's
Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Is he shilling Jay Bravo? He's got an
Oh,
affiliate
yeah.
for Jay Bravo.
He literally
All right.
looks like Jay Bravo.
all right. Yeah.
You think they're like humping each other?
That's the first thing I thought about.
I love
was
you.
like,
I love you,
I have a
strong
feeling
man.
he must be humping him.
All right. Yeah.
Wait, read the disclaimer. I want Fabio to read the disclaimer.
Affiliate disclaimer. Some of the links in this channel are affiliate links, meaning at no additional cost to you.
No.
Commission if you-
The all caps one, right below his LinkedIn.
Oh, disclaimer.
No.
Yep.
Above that. That
God
one.
damn
That one.
Disclaimer, even though I talk about currencies, cryptocurrencies, tokens, precious metals, and other markets, I want to state that I am not a financial advisor, and these videos are based upon my opinion only. You are responsible for your own trading and investment.
What the fuck does he mean these videos are based upon my opinion only?
What
You
is a
made it.
market?
Who else's opinion would it be?
Oh, you're
What is
saying
a
it's redundant?
market?
Yeah. And other markets. These markets.
No, but, okay. So he's peddling like a real estate crash course, and I'm seeing it's like mainly economic videos, usually doomer. Why are retail so attracted to the doomer videos? I don't understand.
Because it's evolution, Fabio. If you saw something rustle in the bushes and you thought, it's a deer, I can eat it and kill
No,
it.
it's so cringe at this
Yeah.
point to just pump out 8, 7, 9, 12
with the Chinese leader's eyes on it.
Yeah, and you get like tens of thousands of views. Like good for you, by the way. But like, my God, it's like our retail investors like that. This is honestly why they'll just continue.
They're legit videos that are like Joe Biden just got shot. What this mean for stocks?
Yeah, so much useless noise, but people watch it, and I guess that's what they want.
And then they're like, the video is 8 minutes and 1 second long, and it's 7 minutes and 46 seconds of like, guys, Joe Biden is literally fucking dead. He got shot by the Chinese and Russia at the same time. And then the last 15 seconds of the video is like, and by the way, guys, Joe Biden didn't actually get shot. And it's like, okay, what the fuck was this video? That's real. I mean, not that specific example, but those types of videos exist.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't watch them. I try not to. My feed is not made up of them, thank God. It's picking, but yeah, like every single, like this business model works, right? The business model of just constant doomer content. And thing is, if you're watching this, like you're just feeding yourself. Like
Strong man, is that a mother effing beer?
Right? So it's like if you're wasting your time with useless information, that's time that you're not gathering useful information. So
this is my sixth beer.
I wouldn't waste my time with this. Like every single video, every single video. It's the doomer content mill.
Hey, if you don't give a fuck and you just want to make money, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, it works. That's why people do it so much, because it just works. But it's like, don't hate the player, hate the game. And yeah, the game is that way. If I made a bunch of doomer content all day, every day, it'd be useless information, but people would watch it and you just say like, this is gonna crash, this is terrible, this is about, and then what are you gonna do? How does that make me any money?
Just boring. Like I can't do it. Like even if it made me a lot of money, I just don't like it. Like it's boring.
No, but it's yeah. It's fun for people to watch. I don't know why, but
I mean, yeah, if you're a complete dumbass and you have no idea about anything and you have no context of history, you can easily buy into the doomer stuff. Like, oh, well, the Federal Reserve printed a bunch of money and the world's going to end. It's like,
Oh, I have, yeah, when I'm talking to people outside in like the real world, yeah, it's really funny sometimes. Just I don't ever like correct or anything like that, but I just like listen and I go, oh, okay. But I notice like the normal person is definitely like has some of those ideas. It's
well, like
interesting.
it's like to me, it's like common sense. It's like, okay, you know, people are saying, oh, there's hyperinflation, and I mean, you go to the store, there's not hyperinflation. It's not really there. I mean, yeah, there's inflation, but it's not like it's not the end of the world. And we've been through worse. If you read a fucking history book, you would see that we've been through way worse stuff in our history.
Were y'all talking about me?
Oh, and there's also Mr. Stephen. You've talked about Stephen Van Meter.
That
Yeah,
guy's a moron.
So
And I think he's a CFP. No,
yeah, he is. He's a CFP.
A CFP. There you go.
Yeah.
Who's what? CFP?
Stephen Van Meter, the
Certified
blonde king.
financial planner. If you want to be a
Yeah.
scammer,
Yeah, like Adam Nash. Thank you. Bring up Adam Nash's comment. Like this is the new stuff. This is the new stuff.
oh yeah, the dude. You know how many times I've heard about the fucking debt ceiling? They're not going to default.
Dude, it's political theater.
It's
I'm actually-
Saying that about all of this.
I'm
like, I don't
curious
give a
on how to
fuck about
play
the debt
that.
ceiling.
Fabio, how would one play that? If you assume that the market will definitely go up when the debt ceiling thing is fixed, and you know that it definitely will be fixed, how would you play that?
Honestly, right now you could get some exposure to defense because defense is really muted right now because of the questions around the debt ceiling, because defense spending. You could also play. I mean, I don't really know how.
Now,
if the bond
even though
market's
you're talking
pricing
about
that in.
finances, this is not financial advice. This is only your opinions that are being said in this video. Do not follow this.
Yeah. No, like you probably could see maybe a markup in or not a markup, a markdown
Like-
in yields, so you could go.
Like, would it
long
be
treasuries,
Lockheed
but I don't know
Martin,
if that's the best
Boeing?
place. Yeah, like L3 Harris is kind of muted. It's been beaten down a little bit. Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, all those guys. And
What
Northrop
about
Grumman.
Huntington Ingalls? You know they're in my
Huntington-
area, right? I actually drive by them when I come home from work.
Oh yeah, they're in Virginia. Yeah.
Who?
Huntington Ingalls.
Okay.
Yeah, HII is also, but HII, the thing with them, I mean, they're really focused on just shipbuilding and they have some exposure to subs.
Newport News. We have a huge ship. Like this is like the place where I live, where they build like warships.
Yeah, no, they're the lowest margin of the defense industry, but still they can be pretty solid. They've actually, until recently, they've eked out pretty solid returns after they spun out of Northrop Grumman. But
And plus, the government would never let that company go under.
yeah,
or if
they're
they
way
did,
too
they would. I
important.
mean, like you could still lose money, but
Way
it's
too important.
safe.
So
Safe.
Nikki's counterpoint to, I guess, us, or I don't know if it's counterpoint really, but he tries to make it exciting about talking about his plan to gaining wealth during the economic downturn. He's been talking about it for 2 years. Yeah, but that's the point. Like the business model for them is talking about it all the time.
Mhm.
In reality, you could be making money in any environment, yes, but like I don't like. Okay, so I acknowledge there's like faults and there's ways to play the faults, but you won't find me talking about doomer content all the time because it's not really productive.
Well, it's bullshit.
It's
Like
bullshit,
there's
you
no
know,
there's
just call it
nothing
as
there's
it
no
is.
doom coming unless aliens come out of the sky and like obliterate our cities. Like there's no doom coming.
Yeah, or if we reelect Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yeah, so
He's a communist.
yeah, because
We're
like,
still talking about Stephen Van Meter.
oh yeah, we can still talk about him. Yeah.
Is that what Nikki was talking about?
No, he's talking about Economic Ninja because he's the one who
Who's-
requsteed us to look at Economic Ninja.
Oh,
Who's
God.
this
Stevens.
meter? Who's this meter dude?
A whole
The
other
guy
animal.
who stands in front of like an English wall,
A whole other animal.
like a 15th century medieval kind of castle look behind him.
What do you think about that comment, Fabio?
Oh, I love Elemental Tamago. Yeah, I mean, you can interpret that for sure. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna kind of almost give a counterpoint. I feel like there is such thing as being too smart.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause-
Warren Buffett has actually talked about that, and he said,
yeah,
he would rather a guy with 120 IQ than 160 IQ.
yeah,
I forget
no,
what the exact quote was.
because
said
what,
You can give about 30 of those IQ points back. You don't need them in investing.
well, it's also because I feel like when you it becomes a struggle because you're really intelligent, right? And so you're paying attention. You're maybe really detail oriented, and you're paying attention to a lot of different factors. You overanalyze, and sometimes, I mean, that can be a detriment to you. You almost need like some form of, lack of a better term, some form of stupidity inside of you to take a leap.
I think,
But
yeah, you need that. You need some level of impulsivity where you're like, you know what? Fuck it. It looks good. I'm going with it.
Jay,
Yeah.
what are you eating?
Steak.
I'm gonna
Can I
eat steak
see it?
later. Ooh,
Do you get ribeyes or sirloins?
Basically, dude, I have 2 pieces of steak left at this point. I have this little.
doesn't know what the cut is.
I want to
I
see
would-
it.
I only get tofu steak.
I'm drinking milk out of this, but
Nice.
I have this nice little Mexican butcher next to my house. I can go in there and get 7 or 8 thinly cut T-bones, and it's like $35, dude. So I go over
Holy
there and I
shit.
just cook up a bunch of steaks for the week.
Can I see it, Jay? Is that allowed? Can
Sure.
you bring it closer?
I want to see.
I don't want to drip A1 all
I
over
love-
my balls.
I love steak so much.
Dude, I never eat beef. Like I've completely cut off beef because it's so expensive.
You miss it?
Oh,
Bro,
love
I
it,
eat,
dude.
I eat like a steak a day.
I love steak.
Yeah, dude.
Ribeye
Wait, how
steak?
much is steak around where you are? Because steak around here, I don't think is that bad.
Honestly, I don't know now because I haven't even considered buying it for a long time. Can
Bro,
someone
go to a
remember it
butcher's
just being
shop.
stupid expensive?
There's some places you can get it for like $12 a pound.
Well, it depends on the quality. Like if you want a good ribeye, at least from what I remember, it was insanely expensive. And I know ground beef is like it's gone up massively with inflation.
You got A5 Wagyu for like 99 a pound.
Fuck that. No.
Hey, so
I get
I
a sirloin for like $8.
yeah.
Feed
So
whole
my
family.
whole life, I assume this is universal, but I realized I've never actually asked other people about this. So I want y'all to know if do you agree with this? When somebody says, "What is the nicest meal in the world?" I always immediately I think, a filet mignon medium rare.
No, get the
No.
fuck out of here.
Dude, filet mignon sucks.
Yeah, get
Really?
out of
Dude,
here.
ribeye is the best steak by
Ribeye,
far.
yeah.
By far.
And the good cheap steak is picanha.
But
Cheaper. It's
now
not the cheap.
I'm not saying filet mignon is my favorite cut, but
Get
I'm
outta
saying I think of that as the fanciest cut.
No, it's the steak you give to someone who doesn't like steak.
Why do you say that?
Because it's the least flavorful. It's one of the least flavorful steaks, but it's so tender. So if someone who doesn't like steak tells me they don't like steak, the best cut probably for them is filet mignon. And then
Okay, well, I'll say I was being coy, but I will say filet mignon is by far my favorite cut. I
Yeah,
think
but
I think it's
What?
I think
you
it's
don't
a
like
big
steak
sirloin.
then. Like that's
I think it's very, very flavorful. I
no,
think
it's not,
No,
dude.
it's not.
Have you ever had a ribeye?
yeah, I've had other
Dude,
cuts.
Then you don't
ribeye
like steak.
has the most flavor.
Maybe
by
the
far.
place I go to just makes a really, really good fillet, but
Well, you're
it's
pissing me off, man. I'm starting to get angry right now.
Yeah,
it's
I'm getting
perfect.
angry too.
There's a lot of butter on it. There's
How
a
can-
lot
like,
of butter
dude,
on
No,
it.
then you're tasting the butter. The
But no,
point
the
of-
butter and the salt enhances the beef taste.
No,
It
no.
does.
No,
Yes.
because okay, with the ribeye, you don't even need butter because it's like, well, unless you go to like Longhorn Steakhouse, that thing's
But they added the butter, so it doesn't matter if it needs it or not. They can just add it.
no, but the fat by itself gives the flavor to the steak.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, dude.
the fat is the ribeye. Like
No,
what makes
that's why some days I go, hey, I'm feeling like a ribeye, and I go for that. But some days I'm not. Most days,
I
I'm
don't
full.
know what to tell you. Like,
Bro,
one, you're
I don't-
overpaying for steak.
I will say, look, I'll say this. If I'm going to a restaurant I've never been to before, I will always get the filet mignon if I'm getting a steak. But the best steak I've ever had, by far was a ribeye. By far, that was the best steak I've ever individually.
It's the best cut.
Yeah. It was this. So I love blue cheese. I don't know if you guys. I love blue cheese. They broiled blue cheese on top of the ribeye, so it formed a crust, and it was fantastic.
There's a restaurant that I go to. They have a specific plate that's ribeye steak.
I said I like medium rare, you idiots in the comments. I love medium rare. So steak place you go to, Fabio.
No, it's not a steak place, but they have this plate that's steak and it's in blue cheese. It's a ribeye. If you ever come visit, I'll take you there, and you'll have your ribeye cut with some blue cheese, and the blue cheese is they make it there. It's phenomenal.
Oh
but
my God.
you gotta like it. Yeah, I know. It's great, but they cook it pretty raw, by the way, and there's no way for you to change it.
Chris, I don't understand how you
not
can
gonna let
keep
you do
weight on without eating steak.
I don't know either, man. Like, I'm 245 pounds. Like, I'm fucking heavy, and it just won't go away. I work out, I lift.
It's a dad bod. Immediately, your hormones change. Like, you are a father now. You must pack.
Yeah, it could be it, man.
You're becoming a silverback.
You have postpartum depression,
dude. In college, I was 170.
My God,
dude. Yeah, I've packed on a.
In college, I was 140. Now I'm 205.
Try this out. Your whole diet, you can only eat fruits, vegetables, meat.
and natty lights,
dude. I gotta have my. I'm a huge fan of carbs. Okay.
Well, you can have carbs. Just load up on more fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
Dude,
Legit. This is the lowest I've weighed in over 2 years, and it's because of Fabio. Like I get like a chicken breast with like salsa on top or some other. I make some kind of dip for the chicken breast, and then on the side just a vegetable, asparagus or peppers or spinach with ranch. This is the lowest I've ever weighed in 2 years.
Yeah,
it seems so easy.
It's getting it's like literally the diet is like super simple. It's like just getting back to basics. Remember when your parents told you got to eat your fruits and veggies? Yeah. Like you eat your fruits and veggies. And you don't starve yourself with carbs.
I'm huge into veggies. I'm not a huge fan of fruit. Like I'll eat it and it's okay. I like veggies. Like I'll eat veggies all day.
The fruit is really good for that. For the fiber. So
and
like
the antioxidants.
Well, that's maybe the side thing, but like really good for the fiber. Like a strawberry is really good for the fiber, fills you up a little bit too, keeps you from overeating.
Dude, I'm 5'10", 240, 245.
All right.
That's linebacker, baby. That's high school linebacker. Big. That's college linebacker.
Try this out, and then don't starve yourself of sugar. For example, you can get your sugar craving out with some honey. You get some Greek yogurt. This is the only thing that's like not the fruit vegetable stuff. Greek yogurt, honey. And that gets your sugar craving gone. I guarantee you it will. And then you're going to be, it's sustainable, right? This is
honestly, you will lose weight because Fabio was telling me, Cole, the secret is you can only eat like actual food. Like it has to be from an animal or a plant. And he's like, so for breakfast, you can have Greek yogurt. I was like, Fabio, your first suggestion is already broken your rules. Greek yogurt's not like a real food. And we both kind of agreed though that Greek yogurt is honestly such a superfood that it should break any other diet's rules and be included. If you just eat exactly what you're eating now, but you start the day with a cup of Greek yogurt, you'll start losing weight. It's crazy good.
I don't think I will. Like I think a lot of it, like I'm not trying to brag. I think a lot of it is muscle. Like I think I'm just like fucking.
Well, dude, you're definitely a big guy. Like if you look at your bone structure. But I mean, that doesn't mean you can't take some weight off.
You will shred.
I could probably lose. If I really tried, I would say I could probably lose 20 pounds.
Yeah,
and that would be like extreme.
How about if by the end of December 31st, 2023, if you haven't lost 20 pounds, you have to watch Jeremy fuck your wife. You think you can do it?
What?
You can do it?
Where does this come from?
Cole,
what the fuck?
Cole, I love
What
you,
the
man, but
fuck?
you're like
All right, I will
Brian-
sign the contract in blood.
You're,
Scott,
you're
that-
like you're like Brian Redband on Rogan's podcast. Always
Oh,
just
what the-
reintroduce it. Like, yeah, and then I ate at the Olive Garden.
First
like-
filet mignon, and then now this shit.
Yeah. I'll buy Jeremy's flight.
well, because I think you
It
could.
was-
I believe you can do it, Chris. But I think unless that was on the line, you would never push yourself to do it.
No. Okay. It 1
Dude,
trillion
I would push
percent.
myself less if that was on the line.
1 trillion percent. If you did that diet, you would lean out, but you would keep your muscle because like you eat. Don't undereat. Eat, but eat that. You'll basically lean out.
But I don't even eat a lot. Like it's weird. Like I think it's just how I am.
That means that means you're snacking a lot. I think you're having
Yeah.
a little
I don't
like.
snack.
I
Dude,
think
don't
you
snack.
are and you don't notice it.
No, I
That's usually how
don't.
it is.
How many calories do you drink? Do you have a bunch of sodas or beers?
No, I have.
Like,
If I have a soda,
Yeah.
it's Diet Coke. And honestly, like I'm drinking a lot now. I've actually slowed down my drinking
Mhm.
massively. It makes no sense.
Bro, have you tried crack?
Crack will do it too. Yeah, but the other thing, like, so, I've been sending Cole pictures, so he gets
not of his dick.
no
Wow, that was
food
really
pictures.
jumped on that. Yeah.
So also, because in the Discord we have like a cooking and fitness room, so I usually just dump my meals that I
Shits,
make in
yeah.
there. But Cole got bullied out of the Discord, so
Yeah,
I sent it to him privately.
Kingdom of Finance made me leave the Discord.
Why?
Yeah, because he's such a yeah. Every day I was like, oh, what's going on in Fabio's Discord? Most recent doesn't matter what time, doesn't matter what day. Most recent comment: Kingdom of Finance. Yeah, besides Fabio, everybody in Re-Rabble's retarded. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
it might be
And then
time for another strong man versus Kingdom.
That was fun for me.
Now I'm on the. I have leverage now. The last time I didn't. Now.
So what's Kingdom of Finance's investing style?
I'll let
Dividends.
I'll let
Dividend.
Is that fair to say? Or am I?
No, not entirely.
Yeah.
Is he an index guy or is he a stock?
No, he's individual
Let me
stock
show
guy.
you guys something.
Well, primarily, I think majority of his investments are in index funds, and I think he focuses on some variation of the United States, and he's a big fan of SCHD, which is still United States.
Oh, and Kingdom of
and then
Finance
some individual stocks.
and Kingdom of Finance is Kid Freshie.
To
That
Cole,
would be crazy.
to Cole. But yeah. So Cole, so you've been sustainable on that diet,
Yeah, so but part of it is
and it's cheap, right? It's also cheap.
yeah, I was shocked at how because that's why I started going to Walmart because I went to my normal stores and bought this diet to be really expensive. I had to start going to Walmart because Fabio's like, yeah, Cole, I went to Walmart. They have avocados. It's 59 cents an avocado.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pick up chicken thighs like $2.69 a pound or something.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
all you need. And then like
Wait, that sounded like a Seinfeld bit or something. You're like, yeah, so chicken thighs. That's all you need.
yeah, that's what I talk.
Chicken thighs are great.
They're fantastic. You like can't overcook them almost because they're so fatty and like the
Yeah.
dark meat. Like you can cook it and it's always gonna be fine, pretty much.
You wanna also though, Cole, to
or
keep it
a chicken
fun,
breast will die out immediately. A chicken breast will dry out immediately.
you need to vary it out a little bit because you'll get bored. So in order to keep it, yourself
Thanks,
from getting bored,
Elemental.
you gotta go around there. Oh my god!
I resent the comments from bacon memes. Put that up.
High Cole is high.
Yeah, put that fucking comment up. Let me speak directly to it.
Hold on. There it is. All right.
Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have heard of a little thing called defamation. I don't know if you've heard of
Oh.
I don't know if you saw Spencer Cornelia is homeless now because he got sued and he spent $300,000 in 2 years. And did you see the video, Chris, of Spencer Cornelia
I
doing
was
a
actually
podcast with
watching
his
it
lawyer?
earlier today.
Every time there was at least twice within 3 minutes of each other, twice there was Spencer Cornelia goes like, yeah, I found out lawsuits are really expensive. And the lawyer guy gets a big smirk on his face like, oh yeah, we're very expensive.
Well, he's making that money.
So I think Spencer is getting. I think this lawyer has done like 10 hours of work, and Spencer's like, it got billed for like $300,000.
Honestly, like I don't think the lawsuit should cost that much.
Hey,
It's
Chris.
probably getting scammed.
It's been like 2 years for like a slap lawsuit.
Yeah, but like $280,000, like even that just doesn't seem right. That seems too high. Maybe
Well,
I'm ignorant,
keep in
but it
mind,
is
keep
too
in mind, Spencer Cornelia said that Graham, Stephan, and Andrei, Jikh were the best investors of like the millennial age. So he probably, because the lawyer was on, and the lawyer just like gave a basic definition of what defamation was. And Spencer Cornelia is like, that's why I hired this law firm, because they know all that info. Like they said something that like somebody in law school should know. And Spencer's like, this is the best law firm in the world. I'll give you $300,000.
You could just Google what defamation is. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Jeremy suing me. Even if he did, like, I would win because I'm not defaming him. I'm telling the truth.
Yeah,
And
dude,
the truth is your armor, you know?
bro. I mean, I'm not that worried. I wouldn't be worried about it either. My channel's a lot smaller than yours, but it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna drag me into court? Like, Mr. J. Naugy, you said a lot of horrible things about Jeremy. Yeah, look at him.
It's like you can't like I would win in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would be like, let me bring. I would just go into court and go, go get your financial expert, because even Jeremy's side is going to end up agreeing with me. Here's why I'm calling him a stupid clown. Number one, he bought Tattooed Chef and put $1 million in it. I win the case immediately right there. The judge is going to go, yeah, dude, Jeremy is a clown.
I would
So-
just submit to the jury the secret video footage I have of Paul blowing Jeremy, and I would go, "This is the man that's suing me,"
Mhm.
and I would win immediately.
I'm still wondering if Paul's gonna accept my friend request.
He's probably like I think he called Mo within 5 seconds of you requesting friend. He called Mo, and they've been on a 45-minute phone call going, "I can't believe this fucking douchebag Division 3 piece of shit trying to add me as a friend."
Honestly, that's probably accurate. Hey, before we get distracted, I want to show you guys something, okay?
No, before we get distracted,
Can I get
what's
a beer?
Spencer Cornelia getting sued for?
Yes.
For
right.
defamation. He called the guy a scammer.
Well, is the dude a fucking scammer?
Yes, from what I can tell. But
Who was the guy he called? Who's the guy he called a scammer?
That's just based on the opinion of Spencer Cornelia. That's not my own opinion. I do not think he's a scammer, but based on Spencer Cornelia saying he's a scammer, that is his opinion legally. You cannot sue me. Yeah, I think the guy does crypto or something. I'm not even sure really what he does. Can somebody tell me what Moneyberg does? His name's Moneyberg. Somebody tell me what he does.
Moneyberg
Mm.
is the name of the guy.
Yeah, a little anti-Semitic. Actually,
Money-
just very anti-Semitic, actually.
Well, dude, I mean, we have to get back to a place where we can laugh at each other.
Was that a club cocktail?
Yeah.
Is it
High
Derek?
rise? What is it? Yeah, Derek Moneyberg. Derek Moneyberg.
No, it's called Local Buzz.
Oh, that's so cute, dude. Because I don't know if you got this. So buzz is like when you drink a little alcohol, you get a buzz, but there's a B on the can, which that's the sound they make.
Bzz.
Bzz.
How's that?
All right, can we appreciate this chart?
What is
Okay.
this? What am I looking at?
Bacon,
VT
Bacon, put that
versus-
in the Discord. Bacon, clip that and put that in the Discord.
Please put that in the Discord. Please.
Wait, what am I looking at here? This is VT versus what? Is this SCHD?
Yeah. That's pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie.
What is this? It's what eight? This is SCHD versus VT.
Dude, VT has fucking crushed Shadon the last year. Absolutely,
Yeah.
utterly.
Show the 5-year, bitch.
Over a long enough,
My mouth's
over a long enough time, VT is going to win anyways. Because again, I go back to with these high dividend payers, you're looking at the more stable companies. So if you own something like VTI, what you're getting is that growth from when a company starts small, like Amazon started small at one point, whatever. We all know that. So that company that you didn't expect to grow large, it's not in the high dividend payers. So it's going to underperform. It just
But if
depends.
you were a retail investor, which one would you buy right now?
Well, joke's on you.
I would obviously, if I'm redacted, I'm going with SCHD, but I'm not. So I'm going with VT or VTI or VOO.
No, joke's on all of you, because what I would do, obviously, is I would have invested in SCHD last year, got some returns, sold it at the top. You see right there, that's where I'd sell. And I just buy,
right
and then I just buy VT.
Right.
And then I just ride it up. And I just make money that way, It's easy.
It's easy, bro. It's all you got to do.
Well, I mean, if you look at the charts, it's pretty obvious.
Now, if we go out 5 years,
if you look at the chart, it's pretty obvious. Oh, okay. Now we're going into the
pathetic.
BT will have its revenge. Okay, just give it time. One day.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say for dividends, I think everybody here can relate to this. All 4 of us can.
Actually, no. Shut up. I'm kidding.
You're at Taco Bell. And your debit card gets declined.
Never happened.
$6.78. But then you hold on 1 second, and then your daily dividend comes in. You swipe the card.
Yeah, that's always happened.
So that's why I'm buying the daily dividend payers.
That's why it's never happened to me, because I've held the daily dividend. And I always get my daily dividend to cover me on Taco Bell. Always, it always comes in clutch.
That's just sad, but I would love to have memories of me being a college kid. Like, I need my $1 dividend to come in so I can buy Taco Bell.
This is actually, I was telling you guys in the via text, right, about what the savings account I opened up, and then Strongman just had to like completely destroy me with like rates and just go, but why not just use a Vanguard money market fund? And then I just couldn't respond back. so
are you being unironic?
No, legitimately, I had no answer to you.
Dude, I was sitting there. I had my money. I had my savings in USAA, which paid nothing for years. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, what?
And I just, I just transferred over to Vanguard into a money market, like a federal money market fund. And I'm getting like 4% annualized, 5% annualized.
Look at you getting dividends. Look at you. You succumb
to
the
my
dividends.
I'm going to sue you now. I'm going to sue him now because he said not to buy dividends, but he secretly buys dividends.
And
I was just looking at Derek Moneybags.
Yeah,
I don't get that guy.
Derek Moneybags. But wait, I just want to ask Strongman this. What is the frequency of your payments in that fund?
It's semi-daily.
Whoa!
No, I thought, wait. It's monthly.
But it is monthly. That's right. You're right.
So was that a factor in your decision?
It was. I wanted passive income, and I found that monthly income was the best way to.
Well, think about it, guys. If you went to your job, your 9-to-5 office job, you sit and trade, you hate it, ha ha ha. But would you want them to only pay you every 3 months? Of course not. So why do you expect your stock to only pay you a dividend every 3 months? Sign up for my weekly dividend stock.
Honestly, it is addicting because it's like, man, like if I had enough money, I could just put it all into a federal money market fund and then just like have my monthly deposit. It'd be amazing.
Back in the day, that was a possibility.
Dude, yeah, they had like fucking 10-12% rates. Oh my God.
Bro.
Back in the olden days.
Bro. Hey, try having to, like, after I had my surgery, my parents were down. Try having to repeatedly explain to your stepdad, who, no matter what I tell him, he just doesn't believe me. When I told him that interest rates are everything, I go, that's the cost of you borrowing money. He goes, no, that's not going to cause the stock market to fall. And of course he knows better, but he kept going, back in the early 80s, you could get like 12 or 13% in a money market account. I go, yeah. It's because the interest rates were a lot higher back then.
Dude, imagine locking in long-term bonds at those rates.
And he repeatedly kept, after I explained it to him, I go, Paul Volcker raised interest rates. That's why you could get stuff like that. Explain it to him numerous times. Every time he's like, yeah, you could get, 10 10, 12, 13% interest back in the early 80s. I don't know why. And I know that sounds like I'm repeating it, but that was literally the conversation I kept having where I had to go, Ron, I love you. I just told you why that happened.
So right now, I'm asking from your guys' perspective, are you guys more or less hesitant to put capital to work right now with interest rates being where they are?
I'm
hesitant.
DCAing.
You're less hesitant. So you want to put more capital to work into the stock market right
Oh,
now.
I think this is an opportunity of a lifetime to put as much as I can into VT.
But I do think that this is the first time I would even consider like some kind of fixed income compared to like 2019, 2020. I wanted to be all stocks.
I'll caveat the only reason I have money in the federal money market is that's my emergency savings. That's there for emergencies. Like that is not for investment purposes.
But when they were paying even though I think stocks are better value right now, there was no reason to be buying because there were 5-year CDs paying less than 0.5%.
Oh,
like there was no reason to ever do that. But now you could argue like, well, a 5-year CD if you could find like 4.5%, that could be.
If you're a boomer, you're more likely. You are very tempted right now to just put all your money in a federal money market.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
because you're about to retire.
I actually do manage my some of my family members' capital on the older side.
You're the mindset of
No, yeah. So I was actually with another family member. I was doing because you do have to sign paperwork in order to get access to their accounts, like the power of attorney, the durable power of attorney documentation, etc. The point being, their age. Obviously, I take that into account. It's funny you say that. I've been kind of having so a portion of their portfolio is still in capital preservation and growth. And then another portion of their portfolio is more like cash pile of savings, generating interest that I kind of just roll over into various products. But the risk profile of that portion is like really low. And it's really interesting because like as of late, I mean, they're noticing it too, because they go on their side and they check it and see, okay, well, what's going on? And they're noticing they're getting more and more interest. And I was like, yeah, well, look at the look at the rates right now. And I'm keeping it fairly liquid. So like I'm rolling it through some parts going into basically brokered CDs. I'm just rolling it through brokered CDs a couple months at a time and have it staggered. But yeah, no, it's a pretty interesting time. Like I was going to ask you guys, what do you guys think about emergency savings? Like, what do you guys aim for? Like month of covering expenses wise? Are you like, how conservative are you is what I'm getting at? Are you like, I need a year's worth of expenses? I need 6 months. I need 2 months.
It really, there's a lot of factors that go into it. Like, I don't think there's a set rule because there's people that are single.
You have to factor kids in, definitely.
Yeah. Kids. There's people that have like stable jobs. Like if you work for the federal government and you like your job, okay, you probably don't need much. But it really depends on the person. Like me, I have probably I'm thinking about it. Probably like 5 or 6 months. I'm thinking like bare minimum survival, probably 5 or 6 months.
Dude, it's gonna depend on the person because I'm helping a guy at work. He came up to me and he goes, "Listen, dude, I'm about to inherit." He's 60 years old. And he goes, "I'm about to inherit $1 million. Can you help me?" So of course I'm making him read the little book that beats the market. I said, I can't help you until you read this book. But like, because he's a vet and because he gets some disability, because he works for the federal government, he's going to have a pension coming in plus Social Security. Like when he was asking me, he goes, "What do you think I should keep on hand?" I go, "I think you should keep about a year on hand." It's a pretty conservative.
Very conservative, yeah.
It's very conservative for somebody who has the pension money coming in. But I'm pretty conservative in that even though, I get VA disability, I still want about a year of cash on hand. And I have a pretty good job that, unless somebody sees my channel where I'm mocking the tranny fluid influencer when they decide to fire me, I'm still good. But So it's like it's going to depend on the person's situation.
Yeah.
But I
I
think
would say like the more volatile your job is. Like if
Yeah.
you're self-employed, you should have more. If you're federal government, you should have less. If you have kids, you should have more.
Yeah, I feel this. I feel if you're a single dude, even if you have a secure job and other income coming in, I feel you should have 6 months.
Yeah, so I
keep cash on hand.
when you asked the question, Fabio, when you said how much months expenses should you have saved up, immediately my brain said 6 months, like definitively. But that said, I think I would say that if I made a video on it, I would say that. But I know personally, at some point in my life, I will have a year's worth of expenses saved up. So I guess maybe, yeah. So maybe
What about you,
Honestly, if I was single, I'd have less.
What about you, Fabio?
Right now, I have about a year. I have a year right now. But for me, then that's money that I don't want to invest. And in fact, I closed one of my accounts, my brokerage accounts, and I added to that figure.
And that's really a year's worth of expenses, making probably 4% in a savings account.
That's what I'm saying. Right now,
really
it's
nice.
really attractive.
Yeah,
it's really attractive.
Minus tax.
Yeah, minus tax. Well, I don't pay No, you know what? I'm actually one day I will move to Puerto Rico.
Right after Fabio finishes that statement, I don't pay taxes. The IRS comes crashing on the live stream. What?
I'm pretty sure
Take it away.
Could be.
But no, I'm definitely gonna consider moving to Puerto Rico at some point because they get no capital gains tax, 4% federal income tax.
Yeah, is it no dividend tax?
Something like that. I think it's wild. Okay,
Yeah, we have to talk about when Paul said like it was like 5 finance tips for people in their 20s. He's like, you should definitely not have an emergency fund because you'll make a lot more in the stock market. And I was like, that's completely ignoring what the point of the stock. The point of the emergency fund is, it's not the optimal way to spend the money, assuming life goes perfpently.
You have to have one.
Yeah,
100%. Even if interest rates are zero.
But he said the worst case scenario, you declare bankruptcy and they can't touch your retirement accounts. And I was like, you can't have a personal finance tip that says worst case scenario, you go bankrupt.
It's like that. He is so out of touch. It's insane.
Well, dude, he's like, I can tell you're an insecure loser when you're like in your 40s and you get hair transplants. Somebody was asking on my
before his 40s, man.
Bro, somebody was asking, they were saying on my channel, they go, bro, you can get hair plugs and they're X amount of dollars. And I go, yeah, or I could just invest that money. I go, it's fucking hair, dude. It's not that big a deal.
You know what's
it's just so insecure that dude is like whatever he was in his mid 30s or his 40s. Yeah. Like if you're insecure about losing your hair when you're 20, yeah, it's one thing. If you're insecure at 40 about losing your hair, you're a loser of such epic proportions. I don't even know what to do.
Like boots can look good bald.
Bald.
Bald's a good look. You can pull that off.
I see that.
Like look at Jikh, obviously.
Lex Luthor, round shaved head.
I quote this as many times as possible. Tim Ferriss said, because he started losing his hair very early on, and he said a friend told him, and now he told us, I've never met a single woman that likes a guy who's balding, but I've met several women who are into bald guys. So like nobody wants just a little hair, just shave it all off, and now it's a whole style. Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to touch upon, though, the emergency fund thing, because this is a common argument that I want to dispel, just destroy it, right? It's the inflation argument. Like, oh, don't do that because inflation will eat its value away. Not so fast, because there's a lot of big expenses in your life that are relatively fixed. Unless you're one of those clowns that has a variable rate mortgage. Chris, can you brag? Oh, no, you don't.
Andrei Jikh does.
Can you just brag to everyone? You don't have to tell us the mortgage amount on live, but can you tell us your rate?
2.89%.
He is not a broke loser.
No. Everyone just use your imagination of what his payments are. But
my mortgage is $1,000.
Okay, go ahead and brag about it. Just go ahead and brag about it. Yeah, because then like
But the taxes and interest, or the taxes and insurance do go up with inflation. But the payment will always be the same.
don't you hate paying rent to the government forever?
Dude, those assholes are raising fucking taxes
Oh, yeah.
faster than inflation. Like, dude, my mortgage payment has, if you include the taxes and insurance, has outpaced inflation.
So that's the one thing. So this is why I will forever say that California in 1970s, those politicians were absolute chads. Okay, because what they did, if Texas and Florida replicated that specific amendment, the two states would be unstoppable, like unstoppable. Because if you had Texas's ability to kind of stay out of its way for development, with the adage of, okay, whatever you bought the house for is what we'll base our tax basis on, that would
In
annihilate-
perpetuity?
Yeah, because okay, here's the
Oh,
thing. So
shit.
the reason why I'm
That's
so in favor
crazy.
of that, yes, exactly. The reason why I'm so in favor of that is like, can you imagine now you have the capacity, if you're a middle class person, to keep your house, even if you're in a neighborhood that the values just rose suddenly. And
Call
you know
it what
does
it
for your
is,
life?
Fabio. White gentrifying.
No, not even that, because even it's them. It's like it allows people to actually stay living where they bought, even if the value is going up, where they're not forced to sell it because they have to pay rent to the government, and the government will take their home away if they can't pay the rent.
No,
That's why I say,
the
if you don't
taxes
think
are
it's
no
rent,
joke,
don't pay
man.
it.
It is
Like,
scary.
you have to factor in when you're planning your retirement, you have to factor in the cost of fucking taxes and insurance, especially taxes, because they will go up, and they'll go up more than you might expect.
The insurance thing, unfortunately, in California, is something you don't get around, because obviously, like, the value of the house goes up, so the insurance will go up. But the taxes, at least, you got that basically stuck. And when you hand it off to your children, oh wow, you can build generational wealth. You can hand it off to your kids at the same cost basis on a tax look through. So they'll tax it according to that handoff value. So it's like, there's no reason it encourages buy and hold. California just has the problem of they don't allow new development.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's the entire problem in the housing market. Like, we talked about this. When people are like, I have people on Facebook that talk about rent control in this area, right? And I just go, you guys don't get it though. I go, if you allow these people to charge whatever they can charge, it just starts building and building, and you get better and better quality for less and less money if you just stay out of the market's way. But they have to get in. Like, people don't want to see the value of their property drop, so they go for stupid policies like, let's make it impossible to build new homes.
Dude, the saddest thing in the world is like being big on your property's value. Like, I don't give a fuck about my property's value. I want mine to be like zero. I want my house to be worth $0 fucking dollars. So my tax rate is literally zero. Yeah.
so you
like,
stop paying rent to the government.
By the way, I want to make an observation. In this profile picture, I'm wearing the same hat that I'm wearing now. I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, there you go. Well, that goes into, for example, like rental real estate. Like, that's where, you can make the argument for keeping the property just solely because, like, you'll be able to afford it by just passing on the cost of the government's rent onto your renter. But, ignoring all the other risks attached to that.
Dude, I fucking hate real estate. Like, if I inherit homes, I'm selling them instantly.
Bro, Fabio, we got to go back to a second, though. Something you said with Paul talking about, you shouldn't have an emergency fund. Inflation is going to eat your money. Well, that actually depends on what inflation is and what kind of interest rate you're getting on your money. Because if inflation is 2% and your bank is paying you 3% for that money, you're still making a percentage point, and your money is safe. And you have it for any emergencies that come up. Just use your credit card. Okay, now you don't have the money, right? Because you didn't save. So now you're paying credit card interest rates. That's why the whole thing is stupid. That's why I mean, for him to even say that is just, I don't understand how this, I said it on my channel so many times. when I'm just getting hammered and mocking their videos. I have no idea why this guy thinks he's on another level. I don't think I'm on another level, and I'm way higher than Paul on that ladder.
Let me address this comment real quick. So, my city is not on a major thoroughfare, number one, and is literally a fucking swamp. Like, the name of my city is an Indian name for a swamp. So, I am not worried about eminent domain, but that would be ironic. That would be fun.
Well,
Anyway.
we also have to piggyback on one more thing, and you brought it up. I actually don't think that you should have to pay property taxes.
Yeah,
Dude, they would put your fucking money somewhere else.
You bought the land. Now what you're doing is paying the government rent.
I find it crazy that somebody could be. They have solar panels, a garden in there with fruit, and they're completely self-sustainable. They do not labor for anybody, and they do not purchase anybody's labor. They only exist in their house. They would still need to earn dollars somehow to stay in their house.
To pay the rent.
Yeah, to pay the property tax.
Here's the thing. So people go, I'm going to defend China. Holy crap. Like, this is something, right? No.
Dude, I can defend China on some things, man. I really can. So go for it. I want to hear this.
It's the where you don't own the land argument, right? You lease it for 99 years. And I'm like, well, technically, right? Because I've had this discussions with people, and their conclusion at the end of the discussion was like, why do you have to think about it that way? That's what they told me. Because I walked through, like, for example, just property taxations. Like, yeah, you're renting from the government. If you have property, if you have land, unless you're a farm, right? And that's by the way, that's the reason why you go on a farm. You want to live on the farm, have the remote job. Hey, Chris, here you go. Ideas right there. You want to not stop paying taxes? Come on, go live on the farm.
Dude, I'm stuck here, man. I'm stuck.
Wait, how strict is that?
No. So there's areas. So even when I was back in O-Town, there are areas within the city area, right, where it was still classified as a farm. And so, like, these guys, they were pretty wealthy from what I could tell.
What classifies it?
What? The local district. And so it just never changed. And they can't just change it from up and under you. It's got to change hands, and something's got to change. Yeah. But basically, their property all around it's really developed now, but they're still technically a farm, and they grow blueberries. And they actually they don't pick the blueberries themselves. They host an event, and you pay, like, I don't know how many dollars, and then you pick as many blueberries as you want. And so they make money on top of that. But they keep growing blueberries on their property, and they keep the classification. They're a farm, but it's like, yeah, they're a farm, but, like, and then some people also get some types of animals, right? And there's a certain threshold you have to surpass, and then you can classify yourself as a farm. And then you avoid paying.
I'd get a fucking llama so it spits on people.
No, I don't think that animal counts, but
fuck you, llamas count, bro.
See, look, Elemento Tamago was super excited about this topic. He's like, I've waited for this day, Fabio.
Here, but expand on this. Let's see how you feel. I don't feel that corporations or businesses should pay taxes. And I think we would all be better off. I think
if corporations don't pay taxes, they'll just pass down to the individual.
Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there is, like, I'm not like for no tax, but I do prefer, or I do think that we could be more efficient.
You have the Lefebvre curve. It basically tells you that you're only getting so much.
There's something even worse than that, by the way. If you actually map it out, I did one video on it. I should do more videos on this, but I did one video.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what am I talking about?
You're talking about how tax rates don't even affect what the government brings in, or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, it's like completely irrelevant.
Expand.
Oh, expand. I got you. So if you take the tax receipts of the United States and you map it out across time, and you also account for tax rates on the corporate and individual level, you come to one very interesting observation. There is zero correlation between there's a very weak, not zero, but there's a very, very weak correlation between tax rate and tax receipts. The government can't seem to, for whatever reason, and by the way, So when I was in university, I managed to raggle through the data of some international countries too, because this was some of the things I was talking about with my economics professor for my intermediate macro professor. But anyways, so we looked at also comparing other countries as well to this, right? And we found that the United States, or we observed the United States was interestingly high on this measure. So it's like we're already really good. So the amount that we're able to collect as a percentage of GDP hovers around on the low end on around 15 and on the high end 20, 21. And the average, the median across the measured time is about 16.7. So we don't really go beyond those ranges. The only time we went below that range was World War II. Right? That's the only time we went below. We went really low during World War II. And then it's irrespective of tax rates, right? Tax rates went down and for individuals, and we still saw an increase in tax rates, and the percentage remained relatively the same. The explanation for this is that money flows and government taxes the flow of money. So if more money flows, they just make more. So taxes are maybe a better measure of, not better measure, better tool for redirecting sometimes where you want money to go. But raising taxes, and then you bring in the Laffer curve, it doesn't actually lead to an increase in tax receipts. It just may cause less economic growth. And the real growth in tax receipts comes from economic growth. That's the greatest predictor of government tax receipts, economic growth.
So it's taxes are like compound interest almost. They tax at the same percent, but the economy grows.
Well,
so they tax on a higher amount of money.
You have to factor this in. So, when we had times where you have a 94% or whatever it got up to tax rate. Well, I don't know why people don't get this. The rich have access to the best accountants and the best people to hide their money. They also can make the option of working less.
Yeah. I work for the corpos.
Yeah. No, but I mean, when you I'm
Jeremy's accountant.
Yeah, I'm a rich guy, and I come to Chris, and I'm like, all right, what can I do? Chris is like, we can do this, that, and this, because the vast majority of us that are rational agree we have to pay some level of taxes because that's the price we pay for society.
Social Security.
Yeah. Well,
Medicare.
We can get into that, Chris. You can go on a hate-filled rampage about Social Security, but
I think Social Security is important. I know I'm the outlier.
What I'm saying is, there's only so much. It backs up what you're saying. There's only so much you're going to get.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're going to have to face that. So we agree you have to pay taxes. We just don't agree on what level. I'll say it. I don't think that my labor should be taxed to send weapons to the Ukraine so they can fight a proxy war. And basically, two ethnically the same people can slaughter each other so that, governments around the world can, play who's got the biggest dick.
This is my super uneducated opinion. So don't take this as you should not base your opinion off of this. This is just in my head what feels right to me. Taxes, higher tax brackets should be higher, but the standard deduction for just like a single person should be like $40,000 or something.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, he's trying to basically say we should really increase the threshold of when we start taxing.
Yeah, we should raise the amount of people who aren't paying taxes. I think,
but that doesn't apply to Social Security and Medicare.
Yeah.
No,
but I feel like that. Well, see, I could be wrong because I'm not a political person, but it feels like that could help with saving for a house or stuff when you're in your early jobs trying to.
Let me be clear. I restate it for the record. I just want people to stop dying.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm going to cut off the stream now. It's been almost 3 hours. But,
holy shit!
Yeah, I think this might be the longest stream I've ever done.
No,
we started drinking a little bit, and then it got
the alcohol. I've had 7 beers.
Hey,
I'm
Cole,
over tomorrow.
Fabio, do you want to keep going?
I Probably for maybe 30 minutes.
There
I'll
you
set
go.
up a stream, or what?
Perfect,
You want to
man.
leave it running, Chris, or what do you want to do?
I'll close this. You guys doing your channel because like I'm not gonna come
Yeah.
down and fucking close
Yeah,
it off. Again.
Yeah,
absolutely.
he's gonna go to sleep. He's a
All
he's a
right, so
father.
Oh, my
We're
ass is
gonna
going
go-
straight to bed, dude. Yeah. So are you going? Are we all going to Jay Naugy's channel? Is that what we're doing?
I'll go to whoever's. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whose channel are we going to?
Do you want to go to yours, Jay? Because I'm fine with mine too.
We can go to wherever, man.
Make
I
a
don't-
fucking decision.
Let's
Whose
go.
channel are we
Let's
going
go to mine since I haven't uploaded in like 3 months.
All
Let's
right.
go to mine.
All right,
We'll
yeah,
go to
let's go to
Cole's channel.
Cole's then, because he hasn't.
So I guess
done-
I'll email y'all.
yeah, email
Okay.
me,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you can email me. I'm not going to be there. But
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Chris.
Chris shows
Go
up in
to
his
sleep
bed.
and go to sleep and get that attitude right.
oh, I am, man. I gotta get up early tomorrow. The kids will be screaming at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, my parents have to get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow to bring my
my-
sister to a flight.
Oh my god, I'm about to get fucked. All right, well, everybody's going to Cole's channel. You guys have a wonderful night.
All right.
Woo!